Hi, I'm Krebs,
And this is Matt.
and this is Band Practice. And we have Mike Sutton.
Hi, I'm Mike Sutton.
Okay, so here's how Mike became a guest. Out of nowhere, I think I told you the conversation. So out of nowhere, it wasn't last podcast, but the podcast before. I was like, Matt, I know it's kind of weird, but do you know who we should really have on a guest? Like, because it's the only person I know that knows different but as much comic shit. And before I said that, you go, Sutton? I'm like, yeah. You're like, okay. Heard nothing about it. Several days later, so something's coming Sunday. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
This is the thing.
I didn't see that coming at all.
I didn't either. Not until he told me about it.
Yeah. Well, because I thought about it. I was like, you know what? Krebs is right. We should have Sutton on the show. So I messaged him on Facebook. I was, hey, you want to come on the podcast?
Yeah, and it's always been a weird thing with Krebs and I. Like, as far as comics knowledge is concerned, it's either he knows it and I don't, or I know it and he doesn't.
Yep.
But, I mean, there are a lot of subjects we know similar things about, but, I mean, I generally focus on stuff like X-Men, Spider-Man. Like, he knows a lot of Spidey shit, too.
And I feel like if neither of us know it, it's kind of not worth knowing, like most of DC.
Generally, yeah. Then again, I hear you got a lot of comic chops now, too. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Brushing up over the past couple of years.
Yeah. I used to be really into it. I was all about the X-Men
Okay.
growing up, and I used to have all the Marvel cards and shit. I used to collect
Oh,
them
yeah.
all. Oh yeah. And the books and stuff. I was really into, like I said, the X-Men. I never got into the DC stuff, at least for the comic books. It just, I don't know. The books were.
Except for Death of Superman, I think.
Yeah, I had.
Both, it
Yeah.
was brutal as fuck. Like,
I had the Death of Superman. I had
Yeah.
the whole series, but I didn't even pick that one out. I think that was gifted to me when I was a kid. I think by my grandmother. But if I went to the store and picked out a book, I was getting X-Men.
Right.
racist.
And to me, Superman's only interesting if he's dead or Injustice.
Well, he's too powerful. It's too
Yeah.
much. Like you know.
He makes a great villain. Like, have you read Injustice?
You keep telling me to read, and I haven't gotten into it.
Oh, it's really good, especially with how the whole thing starts. Do you know how the?
No.
All right, so here's the basic gist. Joker gets a hold of some of Scarecrow's fear toxin, and he laces it with kryptonite,
Nice.
so it'll affect Superman. And while he's doing all this, he and Harley perform surgery on Lois, who's pregnant with Superman's kid. And the heart surgery, they put a bomb in her heart. Or, I'm sorry, they put a trigger in her heart, and that's going to set off a nuke in Metropolis the second Lois's heart stops. And so the Joker doses Superman when he shows up to save Lois with the fear toxin, and instead of Lois, he sees Doomsday.
Oh man.
So he flies Lois out into space, and she dies with his unborn kid, and simultaneously Metropolis is nuked. So Superman just decides, you know what? I'm powerful enough to stop all crime ever.
Joker wins.
Yeah, he really does. And Superman basically creates world peace for a little while, but with a lot of heroes kind of like, this is too far.
It's like fascist as fuck.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, like he takes over governments.
Nice.
Like your laws don't matter.
Nice.
Which is actually very similar to. Did you ever see? Was it Red Sun?
Red Sun.
It's an alternate reality where Superman lands in communist Russia instead of the U.S.
Yeah.
And he makes it like into a super. It's actually really fucking good because it's he makes him into a superpower. They take over everything, but eventually like Lex Luthor kind of like he actually becomes the good guy in a way that like he could only become that because Superman was a communist. So it like pushed him. it made Lex Luthor great again. Like it just. But the
It made Lex Luthor great again.
but the best part about it was like the weird. Okay, you guys haven't read it. It's been out like 15, 20 years. So spoiler alert, fuck you. The way it ends it is beautiful because Superman lands. But they never really they just sort of assume he's an alien. They don't actually like look too far into it because he landed in the 60s, so they really couldn't track exactly where he came from. So they assumed that he was that he was an alien of some kind. So Lex Luthor like technology advances. I think he orchestrates some disaster, massive explosion where it's assumed Superman has died, and you find out he didn't. He just let himself. He let the world think that, and he sort of like went into hiding and acted as like a normal human being, because it was kind of a weird like plug for capitalism. Because then like communist Russia dies after like I think Superman was like czar for a couple of years, but then he dies, and then communism dies, and then America becomes the superpower it was like meant to be, and Lex Luthor like rules it, runs it, whatever. And he also technology advances, so he's able to live like a really fucking long time. And so his name is Alexander Luthor. And so then they sort of follow his lineage, and they follow naming people like the next, I think, like hundreds of years, and the names get shortened to just like Alex L. And all the descendants have the last name L for Luthor. And then one of the last descendants born, because the son's about to become a red dwarf. One of the last children born is named Kal El, and they're like, the sun's gonna burn out, our entire planet's gonna die, our civilization will be gone. Our only hope is to send a kid back into the past, but he will become incredibly powerful because he's born now, but there will be a yellow sun in the past. So you find out that Superman is actually Luthor's descendant that they sent in the past, who happens to land in Russia instead of Kansas.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
It's really fucking good though. Mostly because communist Batman is awesome. No,
Wait. No, Batman's power is he's rich. How does that happen in communist Russia?
But
how's that a thing?
Well, I'm sorry. He wasn't communist. He actually, I think he was an anarchist. But
Okay.
but Batman was also in Russia.
Huh.
And he dies. But I think he like.
Spoilers, bro.
It's been out for a fucking while.
We don't care about spoilers.
I noticed.
But no,
Yeah.
but that's one of the few actual fucking good storylines that DC did well. Like it's, I think I've literally talked to both of you about this, like separately on the phone, where I'm like, DC is great if you know when to actually read it. Okay, so read when Superman dies, read Infinity Crisis, read Identity Crisis, awesome as fuck. I would never spoil that for anybody right now. It's fucking amazing. Read The Darkest Night, the entire Lantern thing, but
The Killing Joke.
yeah, the Killing Joke. Because fucking Alan Moore. I have a theory.
Yeah.
I have a theory, by the way. I think there was a god, but he retired and he became Alan Moore to just write, The Watchmen.
Okay.
Killing Joke. Just he's like, yeah, I'm done. I made everything, but let me go make amazing fucking graphic novels.
Let me fulfill your life now that I've done all this.
Watchmen's actually on Amazon Prime for free right now.
Really?
Yeah, I put it on my list to watch again.
HBO just greenlit their Watchmen series.
Really?
It's gonna be set in present day. So I think we're getting a Trump, like fucking Watchmen. I think.
Really?
Yes.
That would be fun.
This is what I read. They greenlit it, so it should be going through. That's all I know thus far.
All right.
Does Dr. Manhattan have a political leaning?
I don't know.
Because he'll just be like, nope, Trump's not president.
I have no idea. I don't know. I've always found like the DC shows,
Yeah.
the TV shows are awesome.
Oh yeah.
The whole Arrowverse, they're great. And up until recently, the Marvel shows have been lackluster.
Yeah.
Minus
Yeah.
minus the X-Men cartoon in the 90s.
So good.
Shit. It was
Yeah.
it was so fucking good. You know what?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what the problem with it was? The only problem
Sorry.
was fucking Fox. Fox played
Okay.
the entire from the inception. They played the entire series out of order.
That's
So
true.
like they had episodes 1 through 25 or whatever. The first one they premiered was episode 4, and then next week you watched episode 1, and the next week you watched episode 25, and then the next week you watched episode 20. And
I feel like you just solved my childhood, because I wasn't insane.
no, you were not
in fourth
insane.
grade. Okay.
No.
Oh, God.
But I don't know why they thought that was going to be okay, because the show was written so well, and it had an overall story arc that was awesome. Like, it went with it. Like, so Fox was just like, and just played it out all out of order when they originally aired it. Not the reruns, the original airing of it. Like, they just shit all over it. Like they wanted it to fail.
Did you ever see the final episode of that?
Oh shit! It was like, we gotta end this. It's done. Like Xavier, like it's like teleported to like the Shi'ar Empire because he's like got some nameless disease or something.
Graydon Creed attacks him, and his powers go nuts in front of Congress. So like he attacks all of Congress's minds at once.
That's not the finale. That's
Graduation Day is in the finale.
Wait. Oh wait.
No,
wait.
that's the one where he goes to. He's got a laptop. He can fact check. You're probably doing more important things.
But isn't this when
What?
Lilandra comes down and they pick him up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And he gets sick because of Graydon Creed?
Yeah.
Okay.
He gets injured and he's
I thought
dying,
it-
and Shi'ar medicine's more advanced.
I thought the episode was shit, so I might have edited it out.
Oh,
as well.
okay.
I just thought it was cool. Like I think Gladiator was there like briefly. Or no? Am I wrong?
I don't think Gladiator's in that episode at all.
I'm thinking about an earlier episode.
So we can get on to Gladiator later because that guy's power is nuts.
Yeah, he's like Superman, except for if he gets sad or like not confident.
Like
then
if he believes he can do it, he can do it.
if he doesn't,
that's his
Gambit
power.
can kick his ass. I've got that comic book. Like
Yeah, like Gambit's kicked his ass, Archangel kicked his ass, Cannonball kicked his ass.
yeah.
Gambit is like the worst X-Men of all time.
Really?
Absolutely. And I've had this conversation with Krebs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think about this. You can pull Gambit out of the entire series. Not just TV show, comic books, everything. You can completely fucking delete him. And every main story arc stays intact.
Except the Mutant Massacre of the Morlocks.
But he was like behind the scenes though. That
Yeah,
was,
he was like
Well, right, but like
every-
We found out later
he
he was
assembled
behind
the Marauders.
but we found that out later.
later.
Yeah, that's true.
So
okay.
every great X-Men story arc, all of them
All right.
are without Gambit.
What
He's
about-
a waste of fucking space, and
What about the trial of Gambit?
I need to rethink my life.
you do. You picked the wrong fucking X-Men.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Never bet on Channing Tatum. Never bet on Channing Tatum.
No, first of all, I would never bet on Channing Tatum.
Is that happening? Do we know?
I don't know.
man.
I hope not.
not.
God.
I've been praying to the gods I don't believe in that he doesn't because like
Jesus.
just move on.
That whole the X-Men Origins thing with Gambit in it, like that.
Oh, that was awful.
I mean, obviously, first off, that movie was suck dick, but then
Yeah.
the whole Gambit being a part of it thing, like, let's see how many other characters we can fucking shoehorn in
No,
there for no
that's
reason.
absolutely what it was. It was a shoehorn. Yeah.
Like,
But bright shining point is I got to watch Sabretooth break Will.i.am's fucking spine, and that was almost worth the like $9-10 that I paid for. Like that's
That's
yeah.
a highlight. I'll
Fuck
give you
it-
that.
Fuck you, Black Eyed Peas. Like I'd rather be Fergie, but I'll settle for that.
Black Eyed Peas. Are they still a thing? Or is it just Fergie now?
You have to ask them. I don't know. I doubt any of us are the kind of people that would like follow them on purpose.
Nope. I have no idea.
Do you listen to music at all?
Yeah.
What do you like?
Primarily metal, hardcore.
Like what?
We probably have a few bands in common, matter of
Yeah.
fact.
But
I
a lot
used to
of
listen to a lot of As They Lay Dying before the lead singer tried to hired somebody to murder his wife.
Yeah. You know, they're putting out a new album.
Yeah, and I'm really conflicted about purchasing it. Like,
I'm not.
I really like their sound, but like, I don't know if I want to support a dude that tried to have his wife murdered.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Are you like getting behind on his political views? I don't give a shit.
No.
I just want to hear his music.
All right.
If it's good, it's good. If not, fuck him. I don't
Yeah.
care.
I mean, I've seen them live a few times, and they're amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really good.
I still watch old Bill Cosby, and you know he's like apparently the most prolific serial rapist ever.
That we know of.
Yeah.
For now,
Well-
give it a week.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, are they counting Genghis Khan on that list?
We don't know if it was rape though. Maybe just every single woman he fucked wanted it. We don't know. Although I do love I was talking to Calera about this. There were some really great quotes from Genghis Khan where they like basically asked him like, "Why did you almost conquer the world?" He's like, "Because I could, and no one stopped me." Like, there's like something just beautiful about that.
He's not wrong.
And I kind of feel like Trump is like modern day Genghis Khan. Like he would be.
No.
He kind of is.
No.
No, think about
No.
it. Think about it. Think about it.
No.
He can't do like he can't have harems, but he still sleeps around. He can't conquer and mass murder because those are like fallen out of style. What can you do right now to be incredibly powerful?
Sell drugs?
No, be the president of the United States and fuck with other countries. Like that is the height of what that's like modern day conquerors today.
Okay, let's be real. Everyone knows Trump is a little bitch.
Yeah.
Like, physically, a little bitch.
Oh, I know, but you don't need to be
This is
physically
why-
strong. You don't need to be physically strong today.
This is why he has General Mattis, Secretary of Defense.
You mean God?
That's why he's got Mattis. Because he knows
God.
that everyone thinks he's a fucking joke. But that's why he's got Mattis.
That's one thing I've noticed about that whole situation too. Like anybody that knows, well, anything really at all about the military or who Mattis is, he's pretty well respected universally.
Yeah.
Like Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter.
Because he's not about politics.
Yeah.
He's about mission accomplishment and
Yeah.
getting it done.
If you actually just like eyeball Trump's cabinet, it'll say political affiliation R Mattis I, because he doesn't give a fuck about your politics.
Yeah. He's not a politician.
Yeah.
He's there to do a job, and that's it. his the congressional hearing or
I
whatever.
watched all of it.
Where they interviewed him or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so good. Like, you could tell they were trying to set him up for questions like, oh, well, how do you feel about gays in the military?
I never much cared what two consenting adults do at night. Like,
Yeah.
moving
Yeah,
on. Sorry, Elizabeth Warren. Moving on. Yeah.
Next question.
She asked that question.
Yeah, I know she did.
Oh, was it really?
Oh, yeah. And his
What?
response was, I don't care what two consenting adults do in the bedroom.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pocahontas.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was going to come up because, like, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, you can claim Native American better than she can.
I don't.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. She hasn't come out and said. She hasn't done a DNA test, bro.
And I don't flout the heritage because I didn't actually pay for it. It just happened to have it.
I mean, who actually pays for their heritage?
Some people do.
All right.
What are we getting no fire? I want no fire on this podcast so fucking bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even know if he knows we're doing this.
I think I may have mentioned it
Did you?
on
Okay.
Facebook. Yeah.
I saw him not too long ago.
I know.
He was in town. We went and got dinner
I
at
know. I was drunk at
Fleming's.
Jason. I was drunk
Yeah.
at Jason's and like Facebook calling him like, "Where are you?" But like I think he just left and he was like going on. No.
Yeah, he was only in town for. It wasn't like he
Yeah.
stayed a couple days. He showed up and then was here to catch a cruise and then came back and then caught a flight. And I caught him in transit. We went and had some steaks.
He's in Paris right now.
Nice. He's got a really nice girlfriend. She's actually really, really cool.
And she's a ginger. Like
Yes,
no
she is.
fire got a ginger. Like you can't write this shit. She's
Like,
really
legit
good.
ginger.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out if I know who No Fire
Oh,
is.
no.
I don't
No
know.
Fire.
That's one of his. Yeah.
No Fire was in the same unit as me.
Oh, okay.
That's where I met him.
Okay.
And we've
But
just kept in touch.
But is he Cherokee? He's like 90%.
No, he's 100%. He's card carrying
Oh, is
and fucking member.
Huh.
He's an engine.
Engine.
The engine.
All right.
Yeah. I used to fuck with him all the time and tell him my favorite president was Andrew Jackson.
Because he killed. He killed. Hold on. Carry the one. Yeah, all the Native Americans he could find.
Yeah.
We used to give him shit about being an Indian all the fucking time. I think he is Cherokee though. I think he is a Cherokee tribe member. It was funny though because he was the one that got me into Mustangs.
Okay.
So there was a couple of us while we were in that had Mustangs, and we spent all of our off time working on and upgrading and washing and waxing and messing with the cars. And it was funny because so right before he gets out, he gets a brand new Mach 1, right?
Yeah.
And then he drives to the reservation after he gets out and just doesn't leave, and he stops making a car payment.
Because they can't refill.
Oh, wow.
That's not American soil.
Yeah,
That's pretty brilliant.
Basically, like a big fuck you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So yeah, and then I don't know whatever came of that. I'm sure he eventually had to pay it off because now he's.
I think we talked about it. I think he said he ultimately did pay.
Yeah, because he had to go. He got himself a little gig in California that he went and did for a while.
Okay.
So he was living in California. I think he's still working the gig, but then now he moved.
Little gig, dude. He was killing it on his fucking deployments.
I know he was working for a government contractor
Oh, okay.
Doing the same thing you guys did.
in the military. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was doing avionics work.
Wow.
Yeah, for a government contractor.
So he'd be gone for like 6 months and make all the fucking money.
Yeah, an ungodly amount,
Okay.
and then come back and then wait to deploy again.
All right.
Yeah.
So, has anyone ever asked him how he feels about the Redskins?
he didn't give a shit.
He fucking loves football.
Yeah.
That actually 90% of what he and I talk about is fucking college football.
You know, so he got out first, right after he got out of the Marine Corps, he went and went to OU and
Played for OU, yeah.
walked on the fucking football team.
Wow.
Walk on.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's
right?
respectable. Yeah. I don't even really know how to respond to that. That's really cool.
Like, dude's a monster.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, probably like 3 months before he's getting out, he's like, he tells everyone in the unit, I'm gonna fucking play football for OU, and we're like, okay, sure, man. Swear to God, every night he was outside of the barracks with cinder blocks, jumping up and down, running back and forth, like he was fucking training for it.
Wow.
And he literally, went to OU, tried out for the football team, and walked on, like,
Jeez.
unfucking heard of, like,
And if not,
goddamn.
And if not, I think breaking his leg or something.
Yeah,
he broke something, and it was like career ending. Like he couldn't.
Yeah, he's. I think it was his arm, his forearm.
Yeah.
He shattered his radius and ulna, or something. I know he's.
I don't remember.
I know he's got
I
a
don't-
steel bar in his arm now and like 30
Yeah.
screws.
Yeah.
Like he's got to get a note from a doctor when he flies.
Oh,
go through
really?
the fucking-
Like you can't go through the metal
Like
detector?
Wolverine.
yeah, yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah. So I think he pulled off like a season and a half or 2 seasons,
Huh.
and then that's when that happened. Yeah,
Which is more than we've ever played. So
No,
this
fuck
kid's-
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bad as fuck, man.
yeah. So then,
Fucking D1 football.
and then after that, he went to California and got his little contractor gig.
Yeah.
I think the only reason he wanted to go to college was to play football. And then when that ended, I think he was like, "Yeah, fuck this."
So he's making good money in California?
Yeah,
He just bought like a Dodge Viper on a whim.
yeah.
Like
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He called me up. He's like, "Hey, I bought a Viper," and I'm like, "Wait, you just to fucking wake up decide to do it?" He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "The fuck."
All right. Go for it, dude.
Hey, man, good on you. All right. Yeah. I know when he got back from his first little deployment with this contract, he got the Raptor truck,
Oh, it's
the
Yeah, yeah.
Ford Raptor.
It's
Yeah.
all decked out too.
Yeah. He like ordered it from the factory and like set all the specifications and shit. Like, spent some money on that shit. I'm like, dude,
Wow.
save your money, man. Save
God.
your money.
I can't say I'd be any better, man. If I was making good money right now, I would probably go out and buy like dream car. Like a track down a 1970 Chevelle.
No.
No?
No.
Not a fan
why?
of no?
No, it's not the car. Just I wouldn't spend money on a dream car.
Oh, because I'm not smart.
Well, neither am I.
Like I would do that.
I'm not either.
I'm not smart.
When I got back from Iraq, first thing I bought was a fucking Kawasaki Ninja 06.
Yeah, I remember that thing.
I remember that.
You
yeah.
all do, because I fucking pulled to actually both of your places in that shit, and I think both
Yeah.
of you said the same thing. I was like, I didn't expect you to come up on a bike, but I feel like I should have.
Yeah.
And I blew through like 20 grand in 6 months. So yeah.
Who was it that laid it down in my driveway? Like you let somebody sit on it and they fell. Like they couldn't hold it up.
It shows me because I don't let people touch it. I should that wasn't Calero.
Maybe it was Calero.
Because I don't let people touch it because I know I'm barely like qualified to like touch it. So,
Right. Huh. I'm gonna figure that out now. That's gonna bug me.
Yeah. I remember Calero got his bike stolen, and he calls me up. He's like, "Hey, you want to come help me find my bike?" I'm like, "The fuck are we gonna do?" He'd gone on Craigslist and found a bunch of guys on Craigslist selling parts that might have belonged to his motorcycle,
Wow.
and we literally just called him up and went and looked at him to see if they were, and like he was like looking for serial numbers and shit, and like,
That's also when I started to realize the universe literally fucking hates him.
I think
'Cause this is like shortly after, like I think his wife left him. Like
Yeah.
it was just fucking piling. And then he was like, "Hey, so yeah, my bike got fucking stolen." I'm like, "Wow, someone out there does hate you."
yeah, I think he wanted me around for
Muscle.
for backup,
Right,
just in
right.
case, whatever.
I was gonna say like checking serial numbers on parts and shit. Like I don't think cops do that.
No.
Like that's fucking diligent.
Oh yeah, no, he wanted his shit back, and I don't blame him.
Right.
But yeah,
I want to get rich and just buy him a bike one day. He's like, he's basically he's like the Sean Bean of our reality. Where you know how Sean Bean always dies in like everything he's ever been in.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of Calero. Just bad shit happens to him. So I just want to like swaddle him and buy him things and tell him it's gonna be okay.
no, he's
Like,
doing really well for himself.
No, I
now.
know.
Yeah.
I know. But I
He's
want to
doing really well.
But I want to make it for the shit past. Like he's still got somewhat of a negative outlook, and he shouldn't. He's doing really well because his past kind of bites me in the ass. Like it reminds me every so often. Hey, yeah, it's good, but it could go bad. Like we have those conversations. He got fucking engaged. Like he's got all the reasons to be happy,
Yeah.
but he still is like hesitant to be hopeful. I don't know if hopeful is a thing he can actually physically do. I'm not sure.
Tentatively waiting for the shit he expects, maybe.
Yeah, it's like hope error 404.
Okay.
But
don't-
the download keeps going.
You think it is? What are you smoking?
You know I'm smoking. You fucking stole it from me.
Oh, that's right.
whenever-
Yeah, that's one of those. Is that still that blueberry flavor?
It's melon.
A dude I worked with for a while was making his own little vape flavors.
My friend Ken, who got me into trucking for the brief period I was in it, he makes it. It
Hold
sounds
on.
like a lot of effort though.
Shout out to Abad. Hi, Abad.
Hey, bud.
Say hi, Abad.
Hi, Bod.
There you
I
go.
don't know who Bod is.
It was
but yeah.
mid vape. Sorry, Bod.
Yeah, he's a dude I work with. He vapes.
Is that bubblegum?
Okay. Not intentionally. I just bought whatever was on the clearance rack of Vapor Shark.
I'm just saying, it smells lovely, and I don't like lovely coming from you. It makes me uncomfortable.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
My wife and daughters are actually kind of happy around because it smells it smells like watermelon bubblicious, and we don't let them have gum because dental thing.
I think
don't
I've
know.
met that gay stripper.
Bubblicious.
Yeah. Watermelon Bubblicious. I'm not.
Specified watermelon bubblicious.
He's black. I didn't name him.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew someone was going to say it.
That's so fucking racist.
I don't decide that. I let the SJWs decide that.
Whether it's racist or not.
Yeah. I find if you yell really bad things loud enough, somebody will tell you you're wrong.
You know, I think I think racism is so overinflated. Like, I think there's a line between racial insensitivity
Yeah.
and racism. Like, I think there's a big difference. I feel like being racist means you actually hate people for being different, and then racially insensitive means you just don't care if they're different or not.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck.
Which
I'm
is-
gonna treat everyone like
Which
shit.
is honestly best.
Yeah. So it's like you're not racially insensitive, you're just insensitive, and that's fine.
Like, I absolutely believe racism exists in this country. I don't believe it's as structured and systemic as people complain. I think racism exists in this country like dropping black ink into water. You know, you've got to pick it out fucking molecule by molecule to actually get rid of all of it. But they're freaking out as if it still is systemic, you know?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Someone told me I'm wrong. Yeah, you guys aren't going to do that.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll play devil's advocate. You're fucking wrong. Trump's racist.
Give me give me some evidence. I don't think he's complex enough to be racist. I don't think he gives a shit. I think he is whatever will benefit him the most. That's what I think. Because there's so many stories of like him helping out like individual people who happen to also be a minority.
Individuals, yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So like when he was doing the whole property thing, like in the 80s.
70s.
No, I think it was his dad in the 70s still. I think he took over in the 80s, I think.
I know Scott Adams was talking about this on his podcast.
Either way, whatever.
Yeah.
He was involved. But there was a whole hearing thing.
Policy about
Yeah, there was a policy they had about minorities, and they would only
don't rent to blacks.
Yeah, they would basically only rent to like limited numbers of black people.
Problem is, everybody was doing that.
Yeah, I know.
And it doesn't make it right, but it's like, is he racist or is he just doing what everybody else is doing? Like,
Well, regardless of everybody else is doing it, it's still fucking racist.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you go back to the 1800s or whatever when slavery was still around. Everybody was fucking doing it. Still fucking wrong.
Yeah.
it's
like-
it's totally wrong. But does that make him racist or does that make him an opportunist?
It could have just been him being an opportunist, but I don't see an opportunist in what way. Like, what's the benefit for it?
Well, apparently someone decided to not rent to blacks because someone saw some numbers or some assumption that they assumed it was in their best interest to not rent to them.
I could see Trump seeing a bottom line and seeing that maybe through some kind of big metadata that, okay, I'm going to make more money if I don't rent to blacks.
Yeah.
I could see that, but I don't think that would be a racist motivation. But
And I'm not saying he's not racist. I have no idea. I'm just like, it's too easy to say.
well, haven't you seen any interviews with him? He's the most not racist person you'll ever meet. He guarantees it.
He did.
He says it all the time. Yeah.
He did guarantee it. He did guarantee it. And if he ever posts on Facebook, it's fucking fact because Facebook is fact.
Well, he doesn't do Facebook. He twitters.
I know.
He
No.
tweets. He's a tweeter.
I know.
I started a Twitter for the
Podcast?
the podcast here.
Yeah.
We follow Trump.
Do you?
And As I Lay Dying, actually.
Nice.
What's
And,
I wonder if there's a parallel there.
what's our Twitter
The
names?
Parallels.
Huh?
That's one of my
Oh,
favorite songs from them.
I totally didn't even mean it that way. I was just going to parallel between As I Lay Dying.
Oh, I thought that was.
No, that's brilliant.
Oh, I thought that was brilliant. I was like, oh my god, this is
It,
great.
it was. You're just smarter than me.
I thought you made a great joke. Oh.
No, I don't count on that to happen.
Yoink.
You should have just ran with it.
I really should have. I
You
really
should
should
have owned the shit out of that.
Yep. So policy-wise, I don't think Trump's done anything that awful, or am I missing something? I feel like if he stayed off Twitter, he'd probably still be hated by everybody, but I don't...
Well,
then again, I'm a little behind,
That
too.
was his starting off point for most people, anyways.
Yeah.
I feel like if he stayed off Twitter, his PR campaign would be much better.
Oh, yeah,
There would-
absolutely.
If he just shut the fuck up, life would be better.
Yeah.
Because realistically, he doesn't do a whole lot as president.
No.
Right.
He really
That's
doesn't.
what I'm saying.
He just runs his damn mouth.
Yeah.
I remember everybody was bitching that all he does is play golf, and I was like, that's great. Let him just keep playing fucking golf and not do a goddamn thing. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Leave everything the fuck alone.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite moments was when he on Twitter said that they're not going to let transgender people be in the military, and everybody got so upset. They're freaking out. They're posting, reposting, blah blah blah. Fuck this, fuck you. And then the actual heads of the military said, we don't take our marching orders from fucking Twitter. So Like it's not like he didn't do anything official. He just said it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I honestly feel like 85% of what he does is because like he's like, this is gonna piss somebody off. Like
I think I think Twitter is him playing a character. I really don't believe he believes half the shit he tweets about.
Oh, there's no way.
It's impossible.
I don't.
Because there's no way the dude's completely retarded.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he may not be the smartest guy, but he can't be completely fucking stupid.
Did you hear Scott Adams' post when he was invited to the White House?
No.
Oh, it's so good. He starts off right when he starts the podcast. Now, if anyone doesn't know, it's Scott Adams is the creator of Dilbert, who has been like backing Trump or called the rise of Trump I think, a year before he actually got elected, because of his like ability to like persuade people and his marketing and his branding. But Scott Adams is not a Republican or conservative. As he says, he's left of Bernie. If you can make it work, but he loves Trump. Trump's abilities. So he was invited to the White House, and he was like, "I can't tell you much. I'm sorry. That's just the name of the game. But what I can tell you is I've never met a human being more in control of his faculties than ever. Like he's not insane. He's not senile. I think he knows he knows what he's doing. You know, better than anyone else can predict. The problem is you don't know what he's gonna do next, so it makes you think he's insane. I'm sorry. I actually kind of trust what Scott Adams says because." I don't know. He's got no reason to lie. He's got no reason to make shit up. And he was invited to the White House. Talk to him personally.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, if you got nothing to gain, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what does it? You know what continually impresses me with Trump is he's keenly aware to who his supporters are and who's paying attention to him, or who he gives a shit about who's paying attention to him.
Yeah.
So like, I was telling Krebs, I watched this thing with the guy from Dirty Jobs.
Oh,
Okay.
Mike Rowe.
Mike Rowe. Mike Rowe said so. Mike Rowe has this huge thing where he gives out scholarships for people to do like re-education and go to trade schools and stuff, and he gives out scholarships to them and shit. And so before the primaries were over, he sent out like an open letter on the internet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, to Trump, Hillary, and Bernie. Right, and he's like, "Hey Bernie, let me get one of those jackets you always wear, so we can auction it off."
Okay.
And put the money towards the charity.
Yeah.
And I forget what he asked for from Hillary, but same thing. Like, give me something, we can auction it off and we'll put it towards the charity.
A pantsuit.
Something like that, probably.
Or proof of your gender.
Maybe. And then from Trump,
we've been assuming for too long.
Yeah, from Trump, he asked Trump. He was like, "Hey, let me get a bathrobe with like maybe a signature or something. And we'll auction it off and put it towards the charity." He said he didn't hear back from anybody, didn't hear anything, and then he said one day some dude knocked on his door, and it was somebody who worked for Trump.
Oh wow.
With this robe in plastic packaging, hand delivered this shit to him.
That's pretty cool.
Opens it up and it's autographed, and he got so much shit for it because I guess he put it on and made a little video on his laptop about hey, we're auctioning this off, and he shows it off, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think they made like $30,000 for it, something astronomical number.
Yeah.
But it's funny though because Trump is acutely aware that the people that watch Mike Rowe, the people that do those dirty jobs, that see that stuff, are his core supporters.
That's his base.
That's his base. The workers, and that's what he pays attention to. But I just think it's funny because Bernie swears up and down he's paying attention to these people.
The common man, the middle,
the common man, the poor man. We're gonna help everybody, but you're not gonna work for it. We're gonna give it to you, fucking asshole. But yeah, nobody else gave him anything. But he got all kinds of shit about.
Yeah.
Oh, you're supporting Trump. That means you're evil.
If nobody else is going to donate something for a good cause, I mean, it's for scholarships.
Yeah.
Whether you like Roe or not, why not do it?
Exactly.
And by the way, scholarship, that's a free college. You'd think Bernie'd be all about that.
Well, it wasn't college. It was for, I guess, his
like a trade school or something?
Like it's for trade schools and re-education for, I guess, people that have lost their jobs or whatever. Keep America working or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's a cool program. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad he runs it. But I mean, if I was Trump, I'd have been like, yeah, have a bathrobe. Knock yourself out.
Absolutely.
Trump knows who to like. If he actually was like a mutant, his superpower would be knowing exactly who he has to get along with. Like if he was like going to like a gala event and every fucking employee he was going to would hate him, but he's friends with the guy that owns the building. And okay, so my dad worked with him about 10 years ago on some real estate deal, and afterwards I asked like, so what is Trump like? He goes, well, Trump is Trump. He knows he's Trump. if you don't know he's Trump, he's going to make sure you never forget he's Trump. Now, I love saying that because it's not even about Trump. It's about how you react to what I just said. Really left people get like, oh my God, he's a bully. He bullies people. He makes you, like, never forget him. People like, who kind of get it are like, well, wouldn't you like to walk in a room and have everybody know what's expected of you? Like, that'd be nice. I would love to walk anywhere and be like, yeah, everyone knows who I am. They know what to expect, and they're going to do it. Like, it's a very conflicting thing. And what really struck with me was that before he became president, he's not big on shaking hands. It's just not. He doesn't like doing it. It's not a thing he likes doing for whatever reason. He does it now. He's president, and he kind of has to. But before then, he didn't shake your hand unless he had to. He shook my dad's hand. My dad works in PR, but he shook my dad's hand. Why? Because the deal he was doing was with a guy. I won't say his name, but he's a guy who owned a shitload of land. And he is super fucking close with my dad. So my dad was not integral to that deal at all, except for the fact he's really good friends with the guy that owns the land. Trump walks up and goes, "Hey, Israel, how you doing?" Shakes my dad's hand, walks away. My dad goes, "Do I matter?" Like,
he just used your dad as a tool.
But Trump knows exactly
body language. That's what that was.
Trump knows exactly who he has to get along with, which is how you lose the popular vote but win the electoral. He knows the game.
Yeah, he knows what matters.
Yeah. A fun thing I love pointing out is that Hillary paid more than any other, like more than Ted Cruz, more than Trump. She paid more for like advertising, marketing, all that shit, and she won the popular vote. So in a way, didn't she get what she paid for?
Yeah, probably.
You know, it was really funny. I was looking on Facebook this morning. I saw this meme, and it was showing Trump paid. Stormy Daniels was like $120,000.
Yeah.
And then underneath of it, it shows Bill Clinton paid homegirl $850,000.
Oh wait, Monica or something else?
Not Monica, somebody else. The first one.
Big Nose.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember.
I don't remember her name. Whatever.
We were on high school, yeah.
When then it was at the bottom, it said, "Proving once again Trump is a better negotiator."
No, absolutely, yeah.
And I was just like, "Damn, that's pretty funny. That's a good one." That is a super good one. Oh, so did I tell you? You know I have a brother, right?
I do, because it was mentioned outside while we were talking
By the way,
before.
you can't leave.
Otherwise, I didn't know.
By the way, Mike, you can't leave without signing the desk.
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
gotta
going
sign
to.
the desk.
I would right under the fish with the dick. That's where I'm signing.
It's fine, but you actually have to sign the shit. So.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so
I'm gonna go ahead and do that while I listen to Matt.
my brother showed up at the house the other night. We were hanging out, and
so
he
much
got
fun.
so triggered. Oh my god!
Hashtag triggered.
Hashtag triggered. Hashtag triggered and a half. He got so mad. Like,
He was speaking in nothing but incomplete sentences for like 5 minutes straight. It was
Oh,
kind,
yeah.
of, kind of
Like-
impressive.
like-
I couldn't do that on purpose.
So what
pure
was it?
anger
Okay.
and just like incoherent for the longest time. I've never heard him be so incoherent on a rant ever.
Yeah.
My brother got a perfect score in the SAT score. My brother is like the smartest person I know.
Okay.
He's a fucking genius. Like literal genius level.
Yeah.
Fucking he got so mad and flustered. He just incoherent ranting and like just regurgitation of everything CNN says.
Oh gosh. Okay. So what was it that started the whole diatribe or attempt at a diatribe?
It all started because of the shirt I'm wearing right
Oh.
now. So I got it. You guys can't see. It's a shirt with Ronald Reagan in black and white. He's got an American flag tie on, and at the bottom it says, "I smell hippies."
Yeah.
So I tell him about this shirt
Yeah.
because I hadn't gotten it yet. I just ordered it, and I was super excited for it to come in. I told him about it, and he's like, whatever. And I'm like, what? It's funny. Like,
Yeah.
regardless of your political views, it's a funny shirt. It's funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny. But he was like, it's not that funny, this and that, whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever. And then like 5 seconds later, he makes a Trump joke. And I didn't say anything. And he makes another one. And I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Trump jokes are kind of low-hanging fruit. You can do better.
Yeah. And it's kind of everywhere, you know.
Yeah,
It's not.
like, it's not funny because everyone and their mother's doing it, and it's, like I said, it's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Like, give me something else. You can do better. Like,
Mhm.
I've heard your jokes. I know you do better. And,
Yeah.
And then that triggered him. That snapped him. He went on this rant of like,
because those were all the arrows in his quiver at the time, and that's...
I don't know. He wasn't even like that drunk or high or anything. Like, he was... Maybe that was the problem. But, yeah, he went off. He's like, well, no, Trump represents us, and he's this and that, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then, you know, so we have to criticize him constantly to remind him. And I'm like...
Because he cares?
I was like, he's not here listening to this.
Yeah.
And then, like... And then he goes, and his policy sucks, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And then he's going off, like, screaming the top of his lungs. And
yeah.
So much so that, like, my wife got a little uncomfortable. She got up and left.
Oh, okay.
And it was just funny because I was just there, and we had a couple other people that were hanging out because we barbecued and stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody's kind of chill, and Jason Hanselman was there.
Oh, good.
And Jason Hanselman thinks this is a great opportunity to start egging him on.
Okay.
So Hanselman just starts egging him on and shit, and he's like semi playing devil's advocate, and then and my brother keeps turning to him and going, "Shut the fuck up!" And then Hanselman would be like, "But bro, I'm trying to defend you." And he's like,
"Yeah,
fuck you! You're just fucking with me. I know you're fucking with me." And it was just but and then he started, and then the interesting part was that towards the end of his rant, he asked me a question. He's like, name one fucking good thing Trump has done. Name one.
And would not let you complete a fucking sentence.
I was like, okay, hey, you know, he just completed this renegotiation deal with the EU, and he's like, fucking bullshit. And I was like, and he's like, he's fucking Putin's puppet. And I was like, well, part of the deal with the EU is the natural gas that they're no longer buying from Russia. He goes, fuck that, it's stupid, it's stupid. I'm like,
I pulled him aside. I'm like, do you realize you're not letting your brother answer any question at all? He's like, fuck you. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It was triggered.
And then I told him, like, dude, can you, do you want to come on our podcast right now? He goes, no, fuck you and your fake flattery, which I want to make that a thing. Like, it was just, I want his rant on record. It was good.
Yeah.
If he was actually calm, he might have actually made more sense, but I wanted that just down, just so somebody could comment on it. Like, it was, I felt like he was like halfway to a good point, but he never got there, and then he left.
Yeah. I kept telling him, like, Tim, relax, sit down. Fuck you, bro. I was like, geez, bro. Like, it's not that important. It's not that important. It's okay.
No, I do think Putin is going to become a problem at some point. Just because Putin, that dude's,
well,
he's been a problem.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for a real long time.
He was raised and trained to be a problem. That's all he knows.
Yeah.
Is being a problem.
Like, you remember back when the Crimea was in the news a lot?
Yeah, yeah. And
a lot of stuff that didn't make it to the news was stuff like they had mobile incineration stations. For every Russian troop that died in the Crimea area, they'd incinerate the body. So there's no accurate count of how many people are actually being sent there.
Oh, wow.
And the only reason I know about this is because I have friends in Ukraine.
Jeez.
So, like, I mean, historically, there's been no regime better at hiding the news than the Russians in the Soviet Union.
I'll say this, though. I don't want to be one of his citizens, but I would love to fucking drink with Putin. Like,
that might be interesting.
On a neutral site. Just get a sense of who he actually is in person. I would love that, as long as he's not going to kill me afterwards and I'm not on his soil. But I would love to have a conversation with him.
Don't be a reporter.
Yeah. Fuck no.
Yeah, right? So you've been to the Ukraine, right?
Yeah.
How many times have you been there?
7 trips collectively, a year and a half time spent. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, and you know enough Russian to be fucking annoying. Because you'll
Yeah.
drop in a conversation, you're like, dude, we're in Miami. Nobody knows what the fuck you just said, but you drop it so often.
Oh, absolutely I do, especially in traffic. Like, if somebody's yelling at me in Spanish, look at me. I don't know Spanish. I just roll down the window and start yelling at them in Russian. And they have no idea what I'm saying, and they're like, well, shit, I just lost my advantage. Because why not?
Where did you go there?
Kiev, Chernihiv, Odessa for a little while.
Oh, that's cool.
But that was all like children's camps on the beach. And one kind of interesting thing about Ukraine is it's not in the norm to know how to swim there, like at all.
Really?
Yeah, like
So
just culturally.
All white people.
Their idea is why get in the water? You can drown in that. So
really?
Just they don't do it.
But also don't drink the water because fish fucking it.
Well, they're. I thought you were going to go somewhere else with don't drink the water. I thought it was going to be a Chernobyl thing.
No.
I don't know, man.
I went the Archer route.
Yeah. But there were actual couple times when we were doing children's camps in Nizhyn, which isn't too far from the Chernobyl area, where there would be news bulletins saying, like, keep everybody inside today because the clouds are a little extra saturated. And that was in early 2000s. So, like, they're still really feeling the effects of that. There's still children being born with birth defects from the people that survived, that were pregnant, that didn't die immediately from all the radiation poisoning.
Oh, wow.
There was a lot of the orphans we worked with there.
Like 3 heads? Or
Not 3 heads, but there was a kid I worked with, and this is one of my favorite kids over there. This kid had heart for miles. His right foot was coming out the wrong part of his leg.
What?
Now that sounds like somebody drew it poorly, like
Yeah.
they just drew feet at the end and they're this way. But like, here's the bottom of a foot and it's this way.
Oh, wow.
And that kid, and soccer's a big thing over there because Europe.
Yeah.
And he refused to be made to be goalie.
That's where I'd put him.
And
he doesn't seem
right, exactly.
He doesn't
I mean,
seem
that's
very,
what you
he doesn't
think.
see- He doesn't seem very mobile to me.
Well, like every day after the kids were playing soccer, he would always have to go straight to the nurse because he hurt something, because his legs just aren't right. But God damn it, you were not going to slow that kid down. He wouldn't. Well, not any more than he naturally would be anyway. But I mean, like I said, heart for miles. The kid tried so hard and didn't let anything stop him. Respect the hell out of that kid.
But he ran a 3-minute 100-yard.
So, yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry to what's his name?
Siroja.
Bless you.
What was his name?
Siroja.
Bless you. What was his name?
Sergey. That's how you shorten it. It's like Mike to Michael.
I can say Sergey. I can say that shit.
Yeah.
Sergey.
I'll make it a little easier on you.
All right, so 2 things I'd love to get into. One, well, I don't want to talk about this. I just want to make the point. Thank you for stop wearing fucking fedoras. You switched.
Yeah.
You actually switched to hats. I actually look fucking good on you. Thank you. Other point. I really want to talk about the Venom movie upcoming.
Yeah, I am pretty stoked about that.
Really?
Are you?
I think so.
I feel like we have the entire spectrum. You're excited. I'm on the fence, but I've got reason to be excited. Matt, give me like.
All right.
I think Tom Hardy is a great casting choice.
It was
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think it's going
I'm
to be a
pissed
total,
because
an absolute piece of shit because it's not going to be connected to the MCU, and it will never live up to any kind of potential because it's not.
problematic.
But you never actually read Venom. I have Venom miniseries.
Don't
and they're-
care.
And they're based
Don't
on.
care. Don't care.
Everything with the Life Foundation
You're
was
allowed
good.
to be. You're allowed to be ignorant. That's fine.
I'm going to be ignorant.
That's fine. But they're basing off of fucking Lethal Protector, which was one of the greatest. One of my favorite miniseries ever. It was Venom's first miniseries. It was amazing because they established him as an anti-hero so fucking well, to the point that when they did Maximum Carnage, there's a beautiful fucking scene where Venom goes, Spider-Man, I'm helping you fight Carnage because I feel like Carnage is a perversion of everything I believe in. And Spider-Man goes, that's exactly how I feel about you. It was a beautiful fucking moment.
Yeah.
Beautiful fucking moment. So, but I do feel, I think we could all kind of agree that this didn't need to be made because Venom is a very complicated character. Why are you rushing the shit? You rushed it in Spider-Man 3 with fucking Toby
Maguire.
fatigue. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, but Toby Doe Eyes, I think is what Deadpool actually calls him in comics. 'Cause he's the big guy. He's so doughy. But yeah, so they're rushing that shit. So it might be Spider-Man 3. It might be. But from what I can see in the trailers, I feel like they're following some really good story arcs. I'm going with Cassie and her boyfriend because it comes out like in between our birthdays. By the way, Cassie, if you're listening, Sutton came on before you. We only asked him one time, and
Yeah.
he showed up.
I literally asked when, like, I asked you on like Wednesday, right?
Yeah, something
It's
like
Sunday,
that. Wednesday or
Cassie.
Thursday.
Yeah, and we hung out last night.
This is literally when he scheduled this on Wednesday.
Yeah, yes, one time.
One time.
I've been bugging her for 2 weeks since she bitched because of our Instagram post when we posted the picture of the our hopeful guest list
This-
that we wrote on the wall.
Do we even know if she's listening? Is she listening?
I will tell her she should,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna tell her why.
I love you, Cassie.
Also, raise your hand if you haven't slept with Cassie. Yeah, everybody here.
Everybody here.
Everybody here.
That's like it's kind of like an inside joke with like Loans, which was not part of the podcast, but Loans thinks she fucked everybody.
Oh,
And-
really?
And I love when people say that because I said that once to Cassie. I said, "Oh, so you just fuck everybody?" She goes, and this is one of the conversations I honestly was wrong and I lost. she broke it down person by person. Who do you know? Who do you know? Who did this? And we broke it down. And she's like, oh, all right. So she slept with like a couple people I know that she honestly dated. Everybody else that she may or may not have slept with, I don't even know. Like, but she just like, I've never been bitch slapped more than in that moment. And I want her and Lones to run into each other because she's gonna smack him down so hard. And that doesn't happen a lot because she weighs like 115. So it's weird to watch her actually get.
She weighs like 115, soaking wet.
It's that.
Maybe.
Mostly boob.
Maybe.
Mostly boob.
How do we get from Venom to Cassie? Oh, birthday.
Birthday. We're gonna go see it. You're gonna go see it.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, I'm actually hesitantly excited about the Venom movie. I want it to be good. You don't give a shit, Matt.
It could be a really good movie, and I'm gonna go watch it, and I'll probably enjoy it. I actually.
Do you want to come with me, Kathy?
Maybe.
Okay.
I might enjoy it, but like I said, the problem is that it will never meet 100% potential because it will not be in the MCU.
It doesn't have Secret War, which is where
It will not be-
introduce the symbiote.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
will not. It will not be connected. It's gonna have gaps in it, and it's gonna. This is the bottom line. Anything Marvel that's not part of the MCU is not going to be at its potential.
But here's the thing: if you actually really watch the trailers, it says Sony, but it says in
In association with Marvel.
with Marvel.
Yeah.
If Sony's smart, they got Kevin Feige drunk as shit, and they're like, "Hey, we're doing Venom. Would you do Venom?" Kevin Feige's like, "No, fuck no, I wouldn't." If Sony's smart, they got him drunk, and they said, "But what would you do?" And then they wait till he gets drunk and like write shit on like a table napkin, and like I think it could be good just because
Well, it might be great.
if they welcomed Marvel into their conversations about screenplay, about character, about
Yeah.
so it could be good if it is truly in association with. We're gonna have to watch it, and that bugs me.
Yeah, it could be just the name, though.
It could be.
So, what is your take on the whole thing, Sutton?
Well,
What do you think of
first, I'm excited because of Tom Hardy,
what do you
to
think of
begin with. I think we can all pretty well agree
Yeah.
with that.
Spider-Man
being good
Homecoming?
casting.
Spider-Man. Well, let's start like Spider-Man Homecoming. What do you think?
Homecoming, I enjoyed it. I'd give it maybe 6, 7 out of 10.
Really?
I guess.
Really?
Huh.
What is that, high or low?
That's
Low.
Low for me. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was. I thought it was.
I mean, definitely better than the others. I'll say that 100% for sure.
it's hard to beat Spider-Man 2 with fucking Alfred Molina playing Doc Ock. Oh my god.
Doc Ock was pretty good, but I kind of hated the entire part where Spidey just lost his powers because of emo.
That actually, but that actually does happen on occasion in the comics.
No, I know, but I still think it's dumb.
No,
I agree.
know. No,
It's
I know.
dumb.
It is dumb.
Like, you just
But
stop,
they did
stop being
pull-
an irradiated mutant man because sad. That that's fucking dumb.
I wish I worked for taxes.
Hashtag sad.
But I mean,
So, yeah.
it's mostly the Life Foundation, right?
Yes.
Which I thought that arc was really good. And who did they cast for Cassidy?
What?
Cletus Cassidy's on the cast list,
Oh,
isn't he?
I don't think so, but there was a great article I saw where Woody Harrelson wants to be cast as Carnage.
Which would be
you
great.
And, you and I had this conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's asking for it. I don't think he's specific. I mean, we can look it up now, but I don't think that Carnage has been okay. Cletus Cassidy is Carnage for all you fucking casual, actual casual nerds, pussies. But yeah, we talked about how he wants to play Carnage. I would fucking love that.
Yeah.
And if you disagree, fucking watch Natural Born Killers and tell me
Yeah.
I'm fucking wrong.
I mean, anything involving Venom's going to be rated what, R?
They're right now arguing that point. They don't know if it's
Okay.
PG-13 or R. I think it should be R.
I do too.
Because Venom's R.
Yeah.
Sorry, he is. Spider-Man is PG-13, but Venom is fucking R. Because he's an anti-hero, and he occasionally goes overboard and like kills somebody and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to tear your limbs off." And you're right. Like,
As of March 27th, they said it was going to be R-rated.
Okay.
I'm so happy now.
That's good news.
I literally saw an article yesterday where it was like they were arguing over PG-13 or R, and it should be R.
Because if this thing was...
There is such a great like untapped resource in making comic books R.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Where was I going?
Deadpool, the only good Wolverine movie. Like,
Yeah. Logan was so good.
here's-
I thought so.
Matt, we've talked about this. It's good, but the reason you don't like it is because it was too little, too late. That should have been like
it was
should have been-
alright. They fucked over the entire Wolverine property. They had no idea what the fuck they were doing with it. They
Yeah.
shot their load out and they fucking missed the fucking facial.
I already know where you.
Do you
and I
think we're talking about Wolverine Origins?
No,
Okay.
the entire Wolverine property.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay,
I know exactly where we're going. The villain.
The Wolverine I didn't like.
I like
You're not
the,
supposed. You're not supposed to.
the Wolverine. I thought it was an okay flick. It was good.
Okay.
It was a good standalone movie.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
It irritated the fuck out of me though because it like they turned his entire 20 years he spent in Japan into like one shitty
Yeah,
weekend.
no.
But, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I absolutely agree that there was a whole lot more they could have done with it. But okay, so I explained this to Krebs because Wolverine was one of my favorites growing up.
Okay.
Here we
Like,
go. Here we go.
and
No, yeah, I know where you're going.
And-
Krebs is actually bouncing in his seat.
I'm so excited. Yeah,
For those of you that aren't in the room.
so we've had this conversation before, and I remember telling him, and he was like, "No, it was really good," and this and that. And I remember telling him, I'm like, "No, they fucked Wolverine over. They had the best casting of all time for Wolverine. Like, it's going to be almost impossible to replace Hugh Jackman. Like,
I'll agree with that.
it's going to be like." And they're not going to be able to do it anytime soon.
He was so good that
No way.
I actually got over the fact that he doesn't actually fit the comic book. Like Wolverine's
too
like
tall.
Yeah, he's like 5'2", 5'3".
No, he's real short.
But I actually
Yeah.
got over that because how fucking good Hugh Jackman was.
Yeah.
Like,
It's going to be like they're going to have to wait years and years and years and years and years. They're going to have to wait at least a decade, at
Yeah.
least, so that way he's out of the mind of the pop culture before they recast him.
But Hugh Jackman doesn't age. I feel like he might actually just be Wolverine.
his wife does though.
He might actually be Wolverine.
Like he doesn't age at all.
He's ripped as fuck
But
in Days of
okay,
Future Past.
but this is my point.
Okay.
He has so many great villains and so many great battles and,
And-
story arcs.
and he's been around for so long.
So
You
long.
can put him
Yeah.
anywhere.
And my biggest complaint was there was no Omega Red dealing anywhere with Wolverine. What
Omega-
the fuck?
Omega
Yeah.
What the
fucking
Yeah,
fuck?
Omega Red was really
Omega
good.
Red. Russia's answer to Captain America, but was Wolverine's like fucking perfect? Yes,
Yeah.
we've been,
There was like a
Yeah,
whole,
all right.
There was
there
like
was a huge missed opportunity with that. I'll give you that for sure.
there was a huge story arc where Omega Red's in hell and Wolverine goes to hell to fight him. Like
Yeah.
there was so much good shit he could have done. Like they dropped the fucking ball again. Like, and everyone's praising how great it is. I'm like, no, they did okay. They did okay. They took they you know what it is? Like, they took something that was amazing and it would have been simple to turn great. Like, and they fucked that up. And
Okay.
everyone's like, look, they did such a great job. No. They did a mediocre job considering the fucking source material.
but that's all we have. So I choose to really enjoy Logan.
See, and
Don't
I'm
ruin this for me.
See, and then with
It's already ruined. You've been bitching for 5 minutes about how it's already ruined. Shut up. It's already ruined.
I mean, and in the Logan story arc, I mean, it's pretty much Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
have the Hulk gang. You can't have.
Oh yeah. I think
I don't think that would have played well on screen.
No.
I think Hugh Jackman tweeted "Old Man Logan," and I went, "No, I've read that shit." Red Skull takes over. Like you don't even have like 80% of the characters you need to
Not even-
actually
not
make an
even
honest fucking Old Man Logan movie. But at least I got where they were going. He's older.
Yeah.
He's grizzled. He's dying. I got that. I appreciate that. It does not fit in their continuity at all. It doesn't make any sense at
No,
all.
not at all.
Yeah, I think they kind of poked at that though with like the little girl with the comics. Like,
Like,
we have an X-Men
yeah.
fan here, and
Yeah, like don't watch Days of Future Past.
Even
and
says
then,
most of it didn't
and then
happen.
Logan. It'll just annoy you.
which I feel like was sort of a tongue-in-cheek disavowing of all the previous crap.
Yeah. Well, you saw Deadpool 2, obviously, right?
Yeah.
You saw the after credit scene?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Brilliant. So good.
Absolutely brilliant. Like,
He's reading the script for Green Lantern. Headshot.
Yeah.
that after credit scene was great. All the things he went and did, like, oh my God. Oh, yes.
But-
Yes.
I was talking to Monkey last night because we watched it last night when we bought it on Blu-ray. Does he save everybody?
Wait. Monkey watched that?
Yeah.
Hasn't seen Pump and Iron. I asked him today.
And he hasn't watched fucking Pumping Iron yet.
And no, Matt is not badgering me to ask you, Monkey, because he was certain that you were telling me every day to get him to watch it. This is the first time I've heard it mentioned to me. Like he assumed it was like some weird like inside job. Where,
Really?
like,
No,
yeah.
there's no inside job.
No, it's just you telling him to watch it.
Yeah.
But he assumed I was like in on it, but I'm not.
No.
And but I know exactly where that movie is right now. His TV is here. It's sitting on the corner.
It hasn't moved since the last podcast, is what you're saying.
Nope.
It was exactly where it was described on. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you drop me off, I will show you where it is, Mike.
Oh yeah.
Okay, check it out. This is what you need to do. You need to take a picture of it and post it on Instagram, and be like, "Still hasn't moved."
Done.
See, Danny, now it's a thing. It wasn't a big plot before.
Now it is.
It's becoming
It is
so
become a
much
plot.
more.
Doesn't it suck when you should watch things that everybody's telling you should watch?
This is going to come back to me.
Like the last season of Breaking Bad, Mike. Yeah.
Wait. You watched all of Breaking Bad except for the last season?
Yeah, last half of the last season.
I got up to...
What the fuck?
I got up to when Gus died.
Yep.
And that's the pretty much... Should I have said spoil? No, you know what? If you haven't seen that much.
Grow up, people. Yeah.
Though, I actually haven't had it spoiled for me yet still.
Really?
Yeah, well
Though, to
a little
punish
bit.
me, it might be
Walt,
on air now.
You know Walt's dead because they had like a presentation. You told me they had like a after show presentation. It was like Walt's funeral. And you're like, and you were just like scrolling through your
That's
feed.
true. Yeah.
Walt
So you know
dies.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
Now,
I knew that.
Now Matt's seen like what? None of it?
I've seen all of it.
You really?
Yeah, I watched all of it. It's amazing.
I haven't even started Better Call Saul yet.
How could you not fucking finish it?
I got
You're lying.
really behind.
I am not lying to you.
Really?
I
Yeah,
got,
I feel like
I got
I-
really into it after
okay.
my ACL surgery. I was stuck on the couch.
Fuck.
Oh,
and,
man.
When did
and
you
it was
tell
on-
me?
And it was on Netflix, and I binge watched all of it in like a week.
Yeah.
So did
I mean, to be fair, it's easy to binge when you're lacking an ACL. Like, I watched a lot of... I caught up on video games I hadn't beaten. I replayed Final Fantasy VII
Yeah, so
and
all have-
full cleared
how-
everything.
But that show specifically, like I wanted to finish it. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god, I couldn't get enough of it. And then, but you got halfway to the last season and then stop.
I got...
That season is so fucking good.
No.
Let me Mike.
Like,
let me draw this out for you. The last episode he saw was Hank, his brother-in-law, shitting, reading the book. That what he realized. That's what he fucking ended on, and he hasn't finished it yet.
What the fuck,
Yeah.
dude?
I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, you do now.
So, I mean, yeah. All right. I don't want to re-watch stuff I've already seen to get refamiliarized with the material.
just
I
start
keep
watching
putting
it.
off. And
You're
yeah,
gonna be
all right.
alright.
or
Like,
watch
God.
watch with me or Monkey or Matt, and we will fill you fucking in.
That was a great show.
Yeah.
Do you know who else binged it in a week?
Who?
Anthony Hopkins.
Really?
He binged it like
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's dude. Where I end with the story. If I got this in my life, I would just kill myself because my life was like done at this point. Anthony Hopkins fucking binged it, and then he sent a personal letter to Cranston.
Brian?
Brian
Cranston? Okay.
Bryan Cranston, who played Walt. He sent him a personal letter saying, "This is your magnum opus. This is the greatest thing anybody could ever do." Like he just did nothing but like just
Praise.
like just jerk off all over. Like, oh my god, I can't stop coming. Like it was a personal letter from fucking Hannibal Lecter, who said, "You have peaked." Like, so are you saying you're are you better than Anthony Hopkins? You can't finish a series, Mike?
No.
That's what I feel. That's the vibe I'm getting.
So,
You know what's funny? I don't watch a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
and I don't. And
I didn't even know you finished Breaking Bad.
yeah, I don't watch a lot of stuff. I really don't. So if I watched it, how the fuck have you not?
And he followed it from like day one.
No, man. McLeod got me into it when season 3, I think, first started.
Oh, when he got me into it. Okay.
Yeah,
About the same time.
when he and I were living together.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
yeah. Because he was watching that in Sons of Anarchy, and I didn't even... but
I've
he-
never seen Sons of Anarchy.
I started the first season.
I enjoyed it.
It's good.
I think it's really good.
Never
I-
seen an episode. I never did
feel
Better
like-
Call Saul.
Yeah.
Oh, Better Call Saul is really good, but in a completely different way. It's very different. It's very photo negative of Breaking Bad. It's hard to describe, but it's similar, but I don't know, whatever. Go on.
Yeah, SOA is really good, I think.
Never seen an episode.
Sherlock. Did you finish Sherlock?
I didn't start Sherlock.
Fuck you.
Okay,
I got him in Sherlock.
I only started watching Sherlock because of him. And,
Okay.
I signed up for
Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock. That's just
Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock.
Yeah.
Like, so each season only has like 4 or 5 episodes,
But they're like 90 minutes long each
Yeah.
episode.
Oh, really?
and it's
How do you talk to
absolutely-
me and Justin and not have fucking seen this? Justin and I talk way too much about Sherlock. How have you not?
it is absolutely amazing. So there's an overall series story arc going on,
Okay.
and then each season has a little mini arc, and then each episode, and it is so fucking good. Oh my god!
I remember the exact conversation I said, which was like, dude, you should like you're on bed rest, you can't do anything, just watch Sherlock. Like, dude, I'm not. You told me, dude, I'm not really into Sherlock. Dude, I'm not either. Watch one episode, just watch one, and tell me where it goes. And then when you finish the series, you went, I want more. I'm like, yeah, we all do. Welcome to this fucking fandom.
Yeah. The problem is that the seasons came out like
2 years apart.
Yeah, 3
Oh,
years
geez.
apart.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
Well, because like
And it's
Because
BBC.
it's hard to want to keep up with stuff like that. That's
Well-
so,
Oh no, I want to.
I mean,
I'm
except
waiting.
for
I'm waiting.
yeah.
Day it
But
comes
see,
out,
like,
I'm watching it.
Hearing that as somebody that hasn't seen it, I might as well just wait till it's done.
It's not
But
going to be done.
But no, it might be done though because it actually season 4 and it kind of
Yeah.
like they don't have to make anything more.
Yeah.
They don't have to. But if you actually have a good fucking story, I want it. But
Yeah.
it kind of is possibly done. We don't know. That's because it's England. They don't know how to do anything. So they don't know how to do series because we keep going. They go, we'll see later. Like
Yeah. We might be back. We might not.
Yeah.
Kind of.
like Doctor Who. Some came out in the 60s, some came out in the 70s, then some in like the late 90s. Like that's fucking Doctor Who. Like
Rick and Morty.
yeah. Very similar, yeah.
Yeah, very similar. They're completely inconsistent. Like, hey, we got
Yeah.
a new season. Like,
Although
like fucking 3 years later, really?
Although I think they're smart and they just hold out for. I'm sorry, there's not enough zeros in that check, and then they make the next season.
I was just reading they got signed for 3 more seasons or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
I think 4, 5, and 6. I think was what it was.
Yeah.
So, have either of you checked out Harmon Quest?
Explain.
What is
You-
that?
You don't know what that is? Okay. I think I learned through the podcast. You guys occasionally play D&D or something like
He
that,
does.
right?
I do.
Or you do with Jason,
yeah.
right?
I've never been invited.
Ooh.
Jason.
Because you
I
don't.
apologize if that's a sore
No,
subject.
because you don't travel above what one north of 152nd, I think.
I mean, I will.
You say that now.
See, I feel like I could go hang out. Realistically, if he did invite me, I probably wouldn't go
That's
because
why I never did.
it would
I know
be.
you.
Well, I would play D&D, but my wife absolutely would not,
No,
Right.
not
and
at
she would
all.
hate it. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And she'd mock you the entire time for playing it. Gay
Yeah.
nerd. Gay.
Yeah, she would.
Which is kinda
she
what-
would rag on me the whole
It's
time.
actually kind of why I love her.
Like, well, I can see it right now. Like, we would see her the whole time play D&D and then leave, and then she would be like, "You get all out of your fucking system."
Well, anyway, so Harmon Quest is Dan Harmon playing D&D with his friends.
Oh, I've heard of yeah,
like
yeah.
on a web show.
I actually have heard
Really?
about this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, dude. I
I've
like
heard
it a
about-
lot.
I haven't watched it, but I've heard it's actually kind of popular.
And they even animate the episodes a bit.
Okay.
So by the time it's released, there's a bunch of editing, but I mean the roles stay true to being the roles. So if something really bad happens in the game, like they might awkwardly rub the orc's back instead of stabbing it or something. And and it's Dan Harmon playing, so it's funny. It's really good.
I think okay. You and I have talked about this.
Yes.
I don't know if it can be pulled off. I know you and I want the Age of Apocalypse on the screen.
Yeah, I doubt that's ever gonna happen.
I know, but Matt, okay, so we actually grew up on it. I know you kind of came in later afterwards.
Yes.
Could it happen? We want it, but could it happen?
No,
I know.
not successfully.
I think I need to hear that. I need to hear a
Not
girl say,
successfully.
"I've never loved you." Like I need to hear that.
You're gonna anything they attempt to do that on screen will just be a disappointment.
I know.
Unless you get the Russo
I
brothers involved.
just, yeah.
yeah, all right.
Like they would have to be involved with it.
And not
because-
not one movie. It's gonna be several.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure that
it-
shit out.
like-
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
like its own trilogy or something.
Yeah.
it's hard enough to do Apocalypse on screen,
Yeah.
and then
Uh,
he's not.
Cassie knows the dude who plays Apocalypse. By the way, we've talked about this.
Oh yeah, we talked about
Yeah.
She knows the guy that got casted.
Also, Poe Dameron, like same dude.
Really?
Yeah, same dude.
Cool.
Yeah, Paint him blue. Take him out of an X-Wing.
Yeah, she,
Apocalypse.
I think she went to high school with his brother or something. Or
Something like that.
not important.
But yeah, there's way too much that's just like I love AOA. I think AOA is great. You'd have to tone back a little bit of the, if you'll pardon the pun, the post-apocalypticness of it all. Because like
Well,
there's these mutants that are crazy
Actually-
powerful
actually-
characters.
actually-
Their powers don't play well on screen. Like
You know what I really want?
Huh.
I really want to watch another movie about the fucking Phoenix Saga.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly what I fucking want.
And let's also watch Uncle Ben die for the fourth or fifth fucking time on screen.
God,
Yeah.
because you know that's what Fox was planning, right?
No,
Dark-
and
Dark
it's still
Phoenix.
going. It's,
Yeah.
it's still going through.
God damn it.
That is part of the Fox Disney deal. Is that for the
Sansa
next
Stark
2 years?
as Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's gonna be. I'm not even gonna go watch it. I don't like. Fuck Bryan Singer. Fuck not for the kid diddling stuff, but fuck him for his shitty X-Men interpretation.
Well, see, I actually have, well, almost the entire Dark Phoenix saga.
You have everything
in
I don't
comics.
have.
Yeah, that was like my
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah. But I don't think the Shi'ar Empire would play well
No, not at all.
on film.
They,
That'd be
not
they,
at all.
terrible.
they haven't yet been introduced. Like, it's not a...
Yeah.
Does
Like,
Fox
no
own
one
them?
even knows the Phoenix is a space thing.
Does,
You know what?
does
you know?
Fox even own them, or does Marvel own them? Who owns the rights for that?
For the Shi'ar?
The Shi'ar were...
Yeah.
That's got to be Fox.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
it's way too X-Men related.
because-
Nobody ever mentions the Shi'ar.
The Shi'ar were introduced in the X-Men universe in their books. So yeah, it would have to be Fox's property, because on Agents of Shield, when they were asking about who is Blue, they rattle off. They rattle off like a bunch of aliens. So we got a sense
The
of
Kree, the Skrull.
Yeah.
when who I think it was Sky asked. Is anybody blue? Like, they rattle out like all these like just random aliens. I'm like, oh, I know exactly what Disney actually owns. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know the lines of your contract.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, cool. Although they own it now though. So
Yeah.
Have you checked out The Gifted yet?
No, I have not.
It's good.
I don't have cable TV, man.
He texts me
No,
like
Hulu.
He texts me.
I don't
It's
have
all on
Hulu.
Hulu. Okay.
He texts me once a month. Have you seen The Gifted? I haven't. I want to because apparently Polaris is in it and she's good.
Yeah. And
Actually-
Thunderbird is in it, and he's really good.
I'm actually really upset because I don't have TV, but
Yeah.
there's a couple shows I really want to watch, but I don't. Like I said, I don't watch that much stuff. Like, I feel bad because I haven't seen one episode of the new Star Trek Discovery,
Okay.
and then and I really need to get on my shit for that. But The Gifted, and then what was it, Legion? I kind of wanted
Yeah,
to see.
Legion's good.
I haven't seen any of it.
Have you actually watched Legion? Because I was bugging you about it, Mike.
I haven't seen all of it.
I think
But-
they finished season 2.
Oh, wow.
And okay, yeah, okay. So I've
All
seen.
right, so
I've seen
yeah,
all
you've
of-
seen a lot more than I
I've
have.
seen all of season 1 and half of season 2. I got kind of in like a weird depressed space where I don't want anything. I don't want to experience anything that brings me joy. So I've like cut off Legion until I'm ready to like, do that again. But apparently, don't you peer at him? That's how you peer at him. Whatever. No, Legion is actually.
We're judging you.
I'm too cute. No, but
So are you back in your happy place?
yes.
Okay.
Can you also finish Legion? Because I've been telling you, every time you tell me, "Hey, watch The Gifted," I think, "Well, have you finished Legion?"
It's going to be a tit for tat thing?
Apparently, yes, quid pro quo, Clarice. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit of double entendre there. Because in The Gifted, Clarice Ferguson, also known as Blink.
Yeah, I know that. But she was never introduced until the AOA. She was never
Yeah.
a thing until AOA. Is it weird that I thought she was really hot in AOA? The way she was drawn, or maybe I just have a weird thing for
Pink people.
pink people with like no pupil and just all white eyes.
You know what? Here's something about AOA I don't know, and I'm hoping one of you guys do, because this kind of
You don't.
bugs me a little bit.
You say AOA, and I just keep thinking about the AOA on Netflix.
So yeah, Mike, ask me.
I should probably
So
stop.
the
saying
OA.
that. I should probably stop. No, the mark on her forehead, like Sinister. Why is that there
On Blinks?
on Blink?
It means she was.
Was she in the slave pens?
Most likely that's why she has that.
Okay.
I don't know.
No idea.
Yo, we know.
Because in the Age of Apocalypse, Cyclops and Havoc actually work for Apocalypse.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so you do know that.
No. They work under Sinister,
Who's
works
a
for-
horseman who
Yeah.
works for Apocalypse.
Well,
Yeah.
'cause that's Sinister's thing. He's always fucking with the
The Summers.
Summers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is how you get X-Man.
Actually-
X-Man.
X-Man.
Interesting side note. Dark Beast, who worked under...
He transported himself into the Amcon Crystal.
Yeah,
Into
into
the
the
set.
Amcon Crystal.
He
Into our
created the mo-
continuity.
He created the Morlocks.
Yeah. And that actually wasn't the route I was going with that, though.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Dark Beast, while he was messing around with just genetically experimenting on anything they could capture. So think all the genius of Beast, no morals.
That's me.
Okay.
That was actually recorded, though. That was a beautiful, really beautiful timing. No rolls. Ding.
So he gave the Blob super speed.
oh,
Fuck.
Yeah.
that is X-Men Alpha, right?
Yeah, they had to kill him.
Yeah.
They had to put him down.
And Cyclops put him down. And he goes, "How is anything that big able to move that fast? What the fuck did you do to him?" Like,
Yeah.
Probably nothing can stop the Blob unless you optic beam into the face.
Yeah. No, he punched a hole.
Yeah,
Or your Cyclops.
He kind of had to. Yeah.
probably.
Well, he got hit by Havoc, and Havoc didn't stop him.
Really?
Yeah.
But Havoc hit him in the shoulder. I have read that comic way too many times.
Yeah.
Prelate Cyclops and Prelate Havoc.
Yeah.
I think
You mentioned their rank.
I think we're going too deep and like
a little bit. We might lose some people here a
yeah,
little bit.
fine.
You went full nerd stratus.
I
feel like we might be alienating.
I was
Matt
literally talking to Monkey last night about like our like difference in comic collections.
Yeah.
And I borrowed a lot of comics from you, but the only one you ever said I need this back was X-Men
Omega.
Age of Apocalypse Omega, and you're like,
Yeah.
And you ask me like every day, are you done? Are you done? Are you done? I give it back to you. I did.
I still have that.
I hope so. First issue.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because they did a lot of like reprints.
Oh no, I've got the original.
And I'm actually nerdy enough that I can tell you what's a reprint and what's not.
Yeah.
Because I've held yours in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
If you die, can I have it?
Sure. Okay.
Can you like sign something?
I'll write it on the desk. Craps gets my copy of X-Men Omega.
Well, thank you. I also get Munch if Monkey does.
Do you really?
Yeah, I asked him.
All right.
He's like, yeah, fine. And then I said, please don't think I'm going to kill you for Munch.
You totally will.
No, I'm not. I'm not. And if I am, I don't want anyone to know that. What?
It's out there now, dude. For the listeners.
Hi, Matt.
Hi.
You're still here.
I'm still here.
Sorry, dude.
So what other bands do you like besides As I Lay Dying?
I listened to a lot of Norma Jean, The Chariot, back when they were relevant. Lately, geez, Under Oath just came out with a new album that I kind of like. For Today, you ever heard of them?
No.
No.
You like core bands?
Anything on Face Down Records, I love.
Okay.
If that helps.
I have no idea what you just said. I don't know. This entire back and forth you had, I know nothing about it at all.
Like, there was a show I was at with Scott, and I don't know if you ever met Steve Farr,
No.
but I actually got spinning heel kicked in the jaw.
What the fuck? How'd you do that?
In the pit. And I was actually trying to stay out of it because I had my knee injury not too long prior.
Yeah.
And I had a full tear in my ACL. So as a general rule, while you're still doing rehab for that, don't go in the pit.
Yeah.
And during Memphis Will Be Laid to Waste, the pit opens on either side of Steve and I. And, no, I'm sorry, it was Scott. All 120 pounds of furious Scott. And a pit opens up on either side of us. And we both destroy our way to the right and the left just to get out as fast as we can.
Yeah.
Because he and I were the thin wall between the two pits, keeping it from being one giant pit. And I got spinning heel kicked in the jaw, and my jaw still pops to this day.
Damn.
And then around Revolution, I used to go there pretty frequently. I was known as Memphis because during that song, I was in fact laid to waste.
Nice.
And I'm not going to say I've been kicked in the face a lot, but that one hurt, dude. It was straight up a donkey kick, straight to here.
I went and saw Protest the Hero in Fort Lauderdale. It wasn't Revolution, though, was it? I think it might have been Revolution.
Huh.
Well,
I don't know of any other venues in Fort Lauderdale.
It might have been Revolution, but it was right after my surgery. I still had the brace on my from my hip to my ankle. I was still on crutches.
Oh yeah.
And I definitely went to the show.
Jeez, man.
I
can't imagine doing that.
Shit. And I stayed in the back of the room, like I wasn't trying to get near any crowd.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was not missing Protest.
No, I can't imagine going to a show in a brace, man. Like,
It was rough. The hard part was going to the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
That was the hard part.
One of the first things that happened to me after my surgery, like the full leg brace obviously still on, and did they have a pain pump for you?
Pain pump.
It's like a little ball of medicine juice that is that has a tube that goes in like directly into your incision.
No.
And it's got a timer on it. So like every 10, 15, 20 minutes it'll squirt a little painkiller into the wound.
No.
I had one of those.
What the fuck?
Your doctor hated you, bro. but anyway, so the same day I get home from the surgery center, I tried to go to the bathroom and my crutch fell and ripped the pain pump out.
Oh.
So I didn't have a pain pump anymore. And they
Good.
didn't give me a new one either. Well, yeah, in retrospect, knowing that you didn't have one now, it feels a little like maybe I should check my I almost couldn't even get through that sentence. But
The worst part, okay, so
yeah.
on the way home from the surgery, the doc's like, hey, your leg's gonna feel numb for a while. Here's the pain pills you need. Go fill this prescription out. You're gonna start taking them as soon as you get them.
Sure.
And I was like, I don't need no fucking pain pills. I was like, because I don't even take fucking Tylenol. If I have a headache, I fucking whatever. I go do something and I get over it.
Yeah.
And fucking, we stopped at some Mexican place. We got food.
Yeah.
Because I was like, give me food, because I'm still high from the surgery and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get home and I lay down on the couch and I'm out, and my wife is like, on me hand and foot doing anything I need or want.
Sure. Yeah.
And then, oh my God.
It
all of a sudden,
hit you, huh?
Oh yeah, and she was like, I was like, no, I don't need the pain pills, fuck them shits, throw that prescription away. Thank God she didn't. She went and actually filled out the prescription, right?
Yeah.
So I'm there, sitting on the couch and watching TV, and then all of a sudden my toes feel tingly, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting feeling back.
Hooray!
So then I start trying to move them. And then about 30 seconds later, I had feeling all through my leg.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
It's not a happy thing.
Holy shit.
Not even a little bit.
Like,
Pins and needles times 1,000.
Intense burning over my whole leg. And I was shedding tears and just, like, screaming. And my wife's trying to talk to me. And I was like, don't say anything. I can't talk. Just, it hurts. It hurts so fucking bad.
No additional information. I mean, sensory overload already. Stop.
Yeah.
Matt, you can cry?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. But, so she went and picked up the pain meds while I was rolling around the couch. And then she showed up with them.
Sprayed the curtains. Money shot.
My beard just sprayed the curtains. Fuck.
I'm glad you clarified my beer, because before that it was real weird, man. For people listening terrestrially, it was beer that hit the curtain.
Yeah, my beer just sprayed out the curtains. Motherfucker.
If you want to see a video that paid... you were married before, Mike.
Well, I think we should tell everybody, we just spilled beer and lost power.
It's kind of pertinent.
Yeah, Matt had a money shot on his face. If you want to see it, we'll pay to our fucking Patreon account. And we will do video. But until then, yeah.
So you were married before?
Oh, yeah.
So you're still married?
To a different person. A way better person.
A way better person?
A way better person.
You don't want to assume her gender?
Considering how we have a 3-year-old together, I'd say it's pretty conclusive. But, I don't know.
She's adorable.
Seriously, the best thing that ever happened to me, and I'm not just saying that because I know she's going to listen to this one.
Will she?
Will she?
I love
yeah,
it if she would.
absolutely.
Will she listen to the rest of them?
I don't know. Maybe.
Tell her to listen to the rest of them, too.
Well, I'm gonna.
I would actually love her opinion because she's a very conservative, very like controlled person. And and if she says that's kind of out of line, maybe don't say that.
We're on the right track.
Yeah, probably.
Or maybe we can scale back 2 inches, like.
Or not.
She's got an opinion. Well, she's got an opinion that I would at least listen to.
Okay, fair enough.
She's much more reasonable than me. Like she's my safety limiter.
That's why I was cool with you marrying her because she's more reasonable.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know if my wife is more reasonable than me. She's definitely the one that'll tap me on the shoulder and go, "Are you sure about doing this?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Have fun."
But it's a question that has to be asked.
Like my wife is my beautiful little Jiminy Cricket. Like she's my conscience. Like maybe that's a bad idea. But it kind of depends on the topic too. Like we definitely both have our strengths and our weaknesses.
It's working.
Huh?
It's working.
So how long have you been married now?
You had to ask the number question. We've been together 6 years, married 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
Me and my wife just hit 5 years.
Nice.
By the way, I'm kind of pissed that you didn't actually have an actual wedding. Because
that announcement to you is the best ever. Fuck you.
No, because you asked me to be one of your groomsmen. I was fucking honored as shit, and it didn't actually happen. You guys just went down to the courtroom, but the ending of the story was fucking awesome. I was staying at Monkey's place. Shut up. I was staying at Monkey's place, and you just pulled up and said, "We got married, bitch," and you drove away. And that's the only.
And then we went on our honeymoon.
Exactly.
You were the first friend I saw after we were married.
And I want all announcements to be told to me that way. Trump got elected. Bye, bitch. Like,
yeah.
I want that to be told to me the same way every time.
Does it have to be me?
What? No, it doesn't have to be
Just
you.
anyone.
I just want somebody in a car to get in a car and like drive by and be like, episode 9 is awesome. Fuck you, bitch, and drive away. Like I want every like announcement to be done that way.
All right.
Fair enough.
So this all kind of got started because we were talking about, well, at some point we were talking about immigration, and then I sort of joked about how there's kind of a success story in my history with that. Because my ex-wife was a Canadian Hooters waitress, and I'm going to go ahead and go on record and say, don't marry those.
I actually just learned. No, I knew of
They
her.
have Hooters in Canada?
Yeah.
I just learned that right now. By the way,
Yeah.
Go on.
Today I learned.
Yeah. Well, no, that was kind of the whole point of the plot of Big Daddy, wasn't it, with Adam Sandler?
That there was a Hooters in Canada?
No, there was a Canadian Hooters waitress that the dude knocked up, and then that kid was the one Adam Sandler took care of.
And
Was that your kid?
No.
No, that was actually Jon Stewart's kid, and even Jon Stewart forgets he was in
it
that fucking
really?
movie.
That's
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Okay. So you married a Canadian.
Yeah.
We'll just call it our Canadian hooker.
Yes, that's appropriate.
No names.
Okay, so Canadian hooker.
Canadian hooker.
You married a Canadian hooker.
Unwise.
And even
Unwise.
even her family knew, like she was playing this game. Like,
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
what was the game?
yeah.
Well, basically just get out of the shitty house she was living in. She was living in an ex-boyfriend's uncle's house
The fuck?
in, like, a different province of Canada. And they were together when she moved, but then they broke up, and she was just stuck there. So I guess her plot was seduce some idiot in a video game. Yeah, I met her off World of Warcraft.
Like
So, yeah, you know what? And I'll tell that to anybody that...
no.
But ass.
No, you
Hey,
laugh.
whatever. Hey,
you
hey.
laugh, and I will honestly say you were at a low point in your life.
Oh, yeah.
Any one of us could have been like seduced at that point. Like any one of us.
Yeah.
Matt,
Hey, whatever.
Matt, chime in, and I will smack you the fuck down.
What?
Do you remember when
I don't know what Krebs is going to say, but
No, I do.
I'm waiting on pins and needles.
No, we've all been at a dark place, and I was waiting for like Matt to like get to a dark place, but or like argue, but he didn't say it, so I don't think I should.
No, we've all been in dark places.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We've all been on Craigslist saying, "Hey, anybody talk to me? Anybody
Yeah.
like my presence?" Like we've all been in a dark place.
Oh, anyway, that bitch was not my ray of sunshine out of the darkness. I'll tell you that. So, long story short, she had an affair. I was talking.
You
with-
walked in on it.
Yeah, I walked in on
Oh,
it.
that's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually had a couple roommates at the time with my wife at the time.
Ralph and Ryan.
Huh?
Ralph?
No, neither one.
I thought you were living with Ralph.
No, it was at Ralph's old house.
When it happened, right?
Yeah, that's the house we were renting, and we were living with a kid named. Maybe I shouldn't say the name. Anyway,
First name.
Steve and Mike.
I said first name, asshole.
Steve is a first name.
I said Steve and Mike.
No, Steve and Mike.
Oh, sorry, good.
Okay, no, I was naming
All right.
both at once.
I misheard. I apologize.
Anyway, so Steve, good roommate. Mike, bad roommate. And
It's not Steve Farr. Right?
yeah, it is Steve Farr.
Oh,
that's who I was
I
living with.
fucking love Steve Farr.
He's a good guy.
He moved to like the middle of nowhere, New York.
Upstate New York, but that's where his family's from.
And the cost of living.
Focus. I want to hear about this.
All right.
Sorry.
Side story. Worthless. Consider the main one.
So anyway, after a few weeks of listening to way too much shit like Dashboard Confessional, Taking Back Sunday, you know, like real slit your wrist stuff, you know. And
hair is everywhere, screaming infidelity.
we're
Just me.
and
We're done.
and lyrically pertinent. So anyway, like every friend I have shows up at some point afterward, and they all show up with a pack of smokes and a lot of beer.
No, we all showed up.
Like every single one. And my current wife is calling me on the phone, and Krebs keeps grabbing it to keep me from touching it.
No, I grabbed the.
Finish the story. People are listening. We want to hear. We need this.
All right.
We need this. We want to hear the success story.
So anyway, for a little while, I was kind of, I still love her. I want to make it work, and then that's stupid. And that was pointed out to me by basically everyone. So I contacted
literally all of us.
I
Yeah, but
contacted
you're in the
immigration.
situation- You're in the situation. You're blind. Whoa. You contacted immigration?
This is the good turn of the
Because
story.
the
wow.
process of us getting married in the first place took $6,000 out of my pocket and a long time and a lot amount of processing paperwork. So like it's not even easy to get into the country if you just marry them. There's still a lot of stuff to do. And I'm trying not to burp into the mic.
Do it. Move on.
So anyway, I contact immigration and say, hey, this isn't a thing anymore. So, do you want to press fraud charges? I was thinking about it.
Europe?
Yes. Yes, I absolutely do. And so I have basically the best first divorce story ever because I don't pay alimony. I don't pay for any of that shit. She just got kicked out of the country, and she's not allowed back.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Literally, if she crossed the border, her name is fucking flagged.
She's on a list.
Like a terrorist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't lie, bitches. I'm just saying, don't lie.
That's beautiful.
So
That's so good.
So as far as like, you know, everybody says like there's a winner and a loser in every breakup.
Yep.
I fucking won.
Yo, you legally you won.
Yeah. Like I don't think that can be disputed.
On
No.
paper,
You have to go back to Canada.
Well, I mean,
Canada what? Canada what? Canada what?
Canada.
There you go.
she's gonna go back and be a waitress again. I'm curious if we should look her up and go visit her.
God, I would love to do that.
So I definitely can't go into too much detail with this.
No, that's fine.
But no, this thing in particular.
What?
You know that job we used to have? There was a little.
No, we can because they changed the laws after us. So it's
Really?
yeah, timeshare resale. We sold hopes and dreams. We sold bullshit. But they changed the laws, so we can talk about it because it's after the laws were made.
Okay.
We can. Go ahead.
So anyway, I came across a name on my lead sheet, and I said I can't talk to them. They said, "Well, why? They know me."
oh, it's just
No,
was it your family and
no, it was her family.
Ooh, go on.
Long story short, I will only reference him as the Highlander. The Highlander took him for $3,000.
Nice.
I know who. Wait, do I know who that is?
The Highlander?
I think I. Okay, you guys like passed around so many fucking names.
All right.
At one point, you were the horseman.
I'm pointing at my forearm to reference a tattoo on the person I'm talking about. No, this tattoo is not about this man.
Okay.
He has a tattoo in the same place with his name on it.
Nobody cares.
His
Nobody
last
cares.
name.
Nobody
I can't be
cares.
any more.
Nobody cares.
obvious.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Um,
We're just calling him Jake. Move on.
End
No,
of story.
Jake.
End of story. You won. Moving
Yeah.
on.
You won.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful
It
story.
was like this is about
'Cause
10 years ago, so it doesn't actually matter. But it's a
Yeah.
good story.
9 times out of 10, you hear about divorce stories, and the guy never wins. So this
Oh,
is
never.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
That gives hope to people.
And that,
My dad's got divorced 3 times, and he lost each one. Well, no, I take that back. The second one, he kind of won because he got to keep the house.
that's
we
a win.
we all stayed in the house, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
one next to yeah.
Okay, so
The house next door to the Browns?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he had to keep that
okay.
house. The second divorce was he was young and
Yeah.
whatever. He married the guy he cheated on my mom with, which is why he got divorced from the first one, right? So he marries this girl, and she's got all kinds of issues and problems, and like whatever. He was just banging her, and that's where he should have kept it.
Right.
That was what that was, and he rolled more into that because he was young. Whatever.
Yeah.
Bad decisions. Whatever.
You fucking what you can.
Yeah. So he hadn't fully developed into Brett Favre yet, so it wasn't a.
I've been waiting for the opening to say he's Brett Favre. I've been waiting for that fucking line. Oh.
I know everyone likes to call him Brett Favre. Like, all right, I get it.
And
Yeah.
Joe Luna started that, by the way, I think. Am I
Yes, he
wrong?
did. Yeah,
Okay.
Joe Luna started that. So anyway, yeah. So he marries homegirl, and then she winds up getting all strung out on pills or some kind of drugs or something. She's
Something.
strung
Something.
out, and addicted and drunk all the time.
Yeah.
And so they're getting divorced, and her dad is actually a Jewish lawyer.
Huh.
So, you know, my dad's expecting the worst, getting ready to get railed on this divorce.
Oh, yeah,
and-
raked over the coals, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah, for sure. So he goes over and sees her at wherever she's staying or whatever, talking about the divorce or whatever, and probably getting one last time in, whatever.
Yeah.
And
Sounds like your dad.
yeah, I'm sure that's involved. But she says something along the lines of like, "Oh, whatever, if you buy me a car and give me first, last, and security on a place, I won't fight you for anything, and you keep everything."
Wow.
He went out that day, bought a fucking car, and emptied out his bank account.
Wow.
Here's your first, last, and security. Got it all in writing, got it signed, done, and boom.
Wow.
Got his lawyer involved, like official paperwork signed, done. Here you
Sure,
go.
yeah.
That fucking day.
That's pretty brilliant.
And me,
Like-
you, Jeff, Jason have all stayed in that house,
Oh
right?
yeah. That's the house. Yeah.
We stay.
That's the one on the canal. That's the one that
Yeah.
we did the ramp in the back and had the pool. Yeah. That's that house.
I've been to more than one party where a party that started at the Browns moved to your house.
That happened all the time.
Logical
Yeah.
progression.
Yeah. That house is why I met Jason Brown, because he moved in next door.
Yeah.
That's actually where I met you.
I don't remember meeting you. I just feel like I've always known you.
I vaguely remember meeting you. The point at which we connected was let's just do balls out. Apparently, I think you damaged one of Boogie's guitars.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
you actually know how to fucking fix guitars, right?
Yes.
But despite the fact that you know how to fix guitars, Boogie kept fucking bitching about, like, how horrible was that you would damage his guitar. Sorry.
Okay, so there's a whole backstory to that. Me and him started getting in arguments all the time,
Yeah.
and we were playing in the band together. We were the two guitarists.
Okay.
And whatever, we were having tiffs and getting angry and shit, and fucking.
And
I was kind of like the equipment tech for the band too.
Okay.
Because I had a concept of how electricity works.
Right.
So, I was changing the pickups on one of his guitars, and I had it up on the stand on my workbench, and I forget what happened, but I knocked into something and it fucking fell.
Oof.
And it fell off the table, and I was like, oh fuck, like. Fuck. He's never going to believe that this is an accident, whatever. So I did my best to fix it up, and it had a dent in it, and
Yeah.
that was it. It was never going to go away. That was it. The wood was fucked.
Yeah.
but
But
it's a guitar. Did it still sound the same?
it sounded better after, because I cleaned the pickups, and I polished it up, and then I gave it back to him. I was like, hey, I just promise I didn't do this on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to punch me in the face right now, I get it.
What kind of guitar was it?
It was an LTD. Brazilian paint job.
Okay.
It was
So it wasn't
a Max Cavalera model.
Okay, so we're not talking about like a knockoff Strat.
No.
Okay.
No, it was a nice guitar.
Okay.
But Boogie bitch.
Oh, he cried about it forever.
We hadn't
Like
yet.
beyond what should have been cried about. But
Yeah,
whatever. I mean, I would have bitched about it too. I'm not even gonna lie.
And you and I haven't actually officially met yet, so like I'm all I know is Boogie is just bitching about this guy named Matt, just bitching. Oh, he did this, he did that, fucking ruined my guitar. And then was it a Until They Turn Red show?
I think it was a show.
And like he Boogie was bitching and he walks away, and I said, "This is what is it? So this is
He rubbed his thumb and his forefinger together at me, and he goes, "You know what this is?" And I was like, "I don't know. What is that?"
That is the world's smallest metal guitar playing "My Heart Bleeds for You."
And I just thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. I just died.
You laughed, I laughed. We had this weird like eye-locking moment, and yeah, we were good.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, we found out Boogie had a boyfriend in high school.
Yeah, you didn't know.
And then we kind of like obsessed with that for a little bit.
Yeah, that was a thing. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know Boogie very well, but I've met him more than once for sure.
Yeah.
But
He's out in California now, or Colorado,
I want to say Colorado.
doing the legal weed thing.
Sounds
Oh,
like
okay.
him, yeah.
Yeah. So.
I know a strange amount of people that are doing that now.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a small number.
No, it's not. I told my brother he should probably look into doing that, and
Yeah.
he got all mad at me, like, I'm not a fucking pothead, and I was like, I'm not saying you are, I'm saying you're into that stuff, and you'd probably be really fucking good at it because you're smart. So
Yeah.
Fuck you and your false flattery.
Like, yeah, what are you gonna do? Whatever. Yeah, actually, so I went up in January to see Poof, and I actually ran into Bookie's ex-wife.
Okay.
While me and Monkey were in Chicago.
Yeah.
Monkey was about to die in its sub-zero like temperatures.
Yo, it was like 30 fucking degrees in North Carolina.
And-
I was about to die.
and you
I had like
s-
4 layers.
we like had you on the ropes to like come to like hang out with us, and then you made the mistake of looking up the temperatures, and you flew to
North Carolina or
Yeah.
South Carolina. Yeah. But I ran into his ex-wife and his daughter. We
Yeah.
went and hung out with her for a day, Val, and I hadn't seen her in forever. It was nice to see her. She's getting married to another guy. I met him. He's cool as shit. Super cool guy. And I guess their daughter Marilyn loves him. So they got a whole little.
That's good.
Yeah, they got a whole little family unit going on. Like, nice. She does like face paintings and stuff at festivals. Like that's her job. Like she goes from little events and festivals, and she's got a whole. She'll buy a booth or whatever, or rent out the booth space, and she's got a whole little setup. She does face paintings.
How much by the hour?
I have no idea.
Like it seems profitable because
I know she's
doing
making,
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know she's making money doing it. So that's super cool.
Damn.
So like while we were there, she was like trying out different paints and stuff, and she got the little munchkin there to test everything out on.
Which I'm sure the kid loves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact: my sister, biological half sister, was actually at Bookie's wedding.
Really?
Yeah,
Whoa.
because she was dating Ish. Does anybody here know Ish? Ishmael?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. She was dating him at the time and was invited. So it's really weird that, like, my sister was at Bookie's wedding, but, like
Doesn't know who he is.
But, like, now I know who they are. Like, it's just weird.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Taxes or theft? That's all I have to say.
Here.
that didn't sound enthusiastic.
Speak up, son.
I was going
Speak
for
up.
the beverage. Sorry. I mean, do you want me to like
Expound on
battle
that.
cry that shit or
Yeah. Give me your war cry. What's your war face?
no?
Uh,
It's pretty similar to my regular face
Okay.
or my O face.
Okay,
Same
Mike, pretend you have balls, then do it.
thing. You can
Yeah,
gargle on
yeah.
AIDS Day.
I can do this all day. If you want to
So-
go to high school, middle school, I can like push so many buttons.
I heard.
Give
I
me,
heard
a,
you,
give me a fucking war cry.
he was
What-
over here.
what-
He was over here talking shit about you. Were a huge Ted Cruz guy.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't a huge fan on his foreign policy because he was very gung ho, glass the desert. guy.
Make the sands glow green.
Yeah,
Nuke
that,
shit.
that was the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was a huge fan of his tax policy. Also liked the fact that he, geez, I forget what his exact position was, but he litigated against the president of the United States when it was W.
W.
Yeah. I think the case, if I remember correctly, was
But he wasn't a senator then.
No, he wasn't a senator then.
Okay.
It was Jose Medellin versus
Bless
the
you.
state of Texas.
Okay.
Are you going to say that for every foreign language thing?
I said it one time.
Are you a supremacist
I don't know yet.
of the white?
You tell me.
Anyway, so anyway,
Baby steps. He's getting there.
long story short, what this case was, Jose Medellin and a couple of guys, they came across a couple of like high school age girls in a park, and I don't know if they were part of MS-13 or some other gang or they were cartel guys
Okay.
because it was the Medellin cartel. And Bush was actually going to make a deal for Jose. No one else. Everybody else got the death penalty.
Okay.
And so they were cutting deals back and forth. And Cruz made the case that constitutionally the president doesn't have that power. That's the state.
Okay.
You're not wrong.
Cruz won the case. Jose Medellin got the death penalty for
Good.
what he deserved for the double rape murder of these girls. So, I mean, you're going to go up against the most powerful man in the world, even if he is he was a Bush. I don't think he was all that bright. But still, it takes big brass balls to take on the most powerful man in the world at the time. So I respected the hell out of him for that.
Google Prescott Bush and WW2 and Nazi takeover. Have fun with that one. Oh.
I'm going to have to re-listen to this to remember that you were
And
that
the reason
instruction.
that never happened is because a Marine general said fucking no. No, please Google that shit. It's an amazing fucking story.
Huh, I'll have to check that out.
The Bushes should not be in the power that they've had because they had a fucking Nazi sympathizer.
They,
Or like in their family tree, or
Yeah.
like
I think Prescott Bush was
so
George W.'s grandfather.
So did Schwarzenegger. He had Nazi sympathizers. He had like former Nazis at his fucking wedding.
He came from Austria. He should.
yeah. But I mean, I don't feel like that should matter that much. Like if it's a skeleton in your closet, that's one thing. A skeleton in your family's, that's something else
I've
entirely.
got-
Yeah, if it's a skeleton in your closet, like you said, yeah, that's one thing. But in your family, whatever.
Yeah, but like you actually have to address it.
Like my brother's like a SJW fucking liberal now.
But he's so cute.
Like,
I want to hold him and like swat
and not
him.
that, you know.
Pet his head.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Like,
Nothing. You can't argue. You can't argue with with irrationality. You can't.
Yeah.
But I love him. He will never listen to this.
No,
At
he
all.
won't. He will never hear this.
Can we all say hi to him right now?
Yeah. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hi,
Tim.
Tim.
Oh,
Hi,
it's Tim.
Tim.
Okay, hi, Tim.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I didn't know his name. It was the hi, brother guy.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? I mean, it's. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
You're gonna do you until anybody actually pays attention. Why? What the fuck is that noise?
I didn't do it.
Do you
What
hear it?
noise?
You don't hear it?
I do.
What'd you do?
Oh, that's the AC. Fuck.
Yeah, that's the AC. I need to get
Oh.
a new AC and get rid of that thing.
Is that the first time you've heard it?
I thought Paul fixed it. He kind of like fixed it for a while.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Like everybody loves Paul? Paul?
Yeah, that Paul.
Like
You know the episode
from the previous episode?
Yeah, Paul from the previous episode.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I remember when you came in this, and you're like, I listened to that episode. I really want to meet Paul now.
Yeah. Yeah, that dude sounds awesome.
He's fucking super cool.
I met him one time and I went, dude, I love you.
Yeah.
And then you said Paul needs to be on our podcast. And I was pissed that I didn't fucking think of it. Like,
Well, that was the first thing. That was the first guy I thought of to be on the podcast. I was like, Paul. He's
literally on our wall right now.
yeah.
Paul.
Well, because he's got
He's number 4.
he's extremely well versed in a variety of topics.
He's
You
done
can-
podcasts before.
Yeah, and you can flawlessly talk to him about anything because he's
Huh.
got a little bit of knowledge on everything, and he's a super chill guy. And it's funny, he's actually very, 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 very liberal. But
Okay.
I've had many conversations with him about politics and policy and ideas and concepts about
Yeah.
freedoms and rights and what should be and what shouldn't. And he'll have an honest, fact-based conversation, and he doesn't freak
Yeah.
out, and it doesn't affect anything afterwards. Like, I love it. Like,
Yeah. No,
remember-
that's the type of person I could enjoy having a conversation with
Yeah.
instead of like trying to shout you down with
Which is weird, like,
moral high ground.
oh yeah.
Moral
which
high,
is
yeah.
weird that you like haven't met him. Like, I honestly, when I came back
Yeah.
to Miami, I assumed you knew who Paul was.
I
It was
No
funny.
idea.
I remember one time, I think it was for Noche Buena. He came over to the house,
Yeah.
and I said something because I'm part of a union.
Huh.
Yeah, for work. And he was like,
Not a lot of those in Florida.
"Yeah, I know."
Just saying.
And he was like, "You're part of a union," and I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Aren't you libertarian?" And I was like, "Yeah." Pretty well. I don't want to say libertarian, but I'm about freedom.
Fairly libertarian. Like,
I'm about freedom.
Yeah.
It's small government freedom. Let me do what I want. Leave everybody alone.
Yeah.
And he was like, "How do you justify unions with your political thoughts?" And I was like, "I don't think they should be determining policy, just like I don't think corporations should be determining policy. But if a group of people want to get together and collectively bargain their employment contract,
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong
as
with
they
that.
should.
Yeah, if somebody doesn't want to be a part of that, they shouldn't be forced to either. But
Yeah.
if people come together and collectively bargain their agreement, so be it. That's on them."
Yeah. My dad's he actually freshly
Postal
retired.
service, yeah.
He's a postal worker.
Okay. Yeah, they got a union.
Yeah,
he wasn't part of it.
You have talked to
Really?
me so many. You've talked to me so many times about how your dad's been screwed over.
Oh yeah.
Please expound, please.
All right.
he wasn't part of the postal worker
No,
union.
no, he
Really?
wasn't. He wasn't part of the union.
Go on.
He never signed the paper. the consent to join.
Yeah.
And
Pay dues.
Yeah.
Basically.
yeah, he'd get shit from his supervisors, from anyone that found out he wasn't part of the union, because how dare you? My dad doesn't have a postal pension anymore,
What?
particularly because that might have been resolved by now, but he was told he wasn't going to have it, particularly because of the postal pension was never supposed to be mixed with the Social Security fund.
Yeah.
Social Security fund was getting low, so they had to pad it with something,
Yeah.
and they took the postal pension and said, "You'll get this back."
Oh Jesus! No, you won't.
No,
No, you fucking
no,
won't.
you won't.
No, you fucking won't.
So yeah, it was a big mess, man. And so my dad's he's actually the one that got me caring about politics and stuff like that. He's like, "Yeah, you have Social Security. You know you paid into it." Well, yeah, you won't see a penny. And let me explain to you why.
Well, we might see a penny.
A literal penny, or
Well, no,
or
no,
are
no.
you being hopeful?
No, I'm not being hopeful. I hate the
Okay.
I hate the whole idea of Social Security. I think it's
Okay.
bullshit. But this is what I foresee happening realistically.
Okay.
I don't agree with it. I think it's going to be terrible. But this is what they're going to do. They're going to raise the taxes on it. We're
Okay.
all going to start paying in more, and then they're going to up the retirement age,
Uh-huh.
and it'll be viable for another 10 years. And then
They're
in 10 years,
kick the can down the road.
yeah, they're going to do it
Yeah.
again and again and again and again and again because that's how they solve financial problems here.
Spend your way out.
They exactly.
Yeah.
They don't actually fix the problem. They just kick the can down the road.
Mhm.
We'll just spend a little bit more.
And then hope the other party's in power when it all collapses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we can pass the buck. And then when everything does collapse, we're not going to fix it. We're just going to reinflate those bubbles.
Oh, yeah. The corporations buying their own stocks, making them look higher.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to give them all bailout money. And then, okay.
So more people can... so they can afford to build more cars no one's buying?
Yeah.
Sure. That's a great idea.
Oh, God. It's
like
it hurts.
subsidizing Tamagotchi after Pokemon came out. Like, I know that's really a dated reference, but...
It makes sense to me. I get it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no. After Pokemon came out, Tamagotchi ate dust.
It was terrible.
That was it. But,
It's my sister. All right, so my sister actually had one of the damn things, and she would abuse it to death every night before she went to bed because she got pissed off at it waking her up. It's like, Megan, this does not bode well for you being a parent ever. Now, I have an amazing nephew. She's actually parenting really well.
Okay.
But Tamagotchi mass murderer became
Nice.
a good parent.
You want to hear something funny?
Sure.
So, me and my wife got together. We decided we weren't going to have kids.
Yeah.
Very early on in the relationship, I told her I didn't want kids, and she replicated the same idea.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had serious conversations about changing our minds or
Yeah.
being open to it or whatever. But it was funny, though, because her whole family, when we first got married, she was the first of her cousins and sisters and stuff to get married.
Okay.
So they all were like, oh, when are you going to have a kid? When are you going to have a kid? When are you going to have a kid? My family asked, and I was like, we're not going to have kids. Never heard about it again.
Yeah.
Her family, for like a couple years, when you have a kid, when you have a kid, when you have a kids, when you have a kids, when you have kids. And I think it got to her a little bit because I remember one time she sat down and we were talking and she's like, do you think something's missing? Do you think we should have a kid? And I was like, you really want a kid? And she's like, well, I don't know. And I was like, because you'd be a terrible mother. I straight told her just like that. And she kind of looked at me. She was like, you think so? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, she sat there and thought about it for a second. Her eyes look up and she's like, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we went back to watching Netflix.
I mean, I guess there's nothing better than knowing yourself in that way when you've made that decision.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
I was terrified to be a father. Absolutely terrified. And the woman I married had 2 kids from a previous marriage before. So, like, I'm stepping in on this, and I'm going to be dad because their dad's not around.
Yeah.
And, like, he signed away all rights to the kids, provided that he doesn't pay child support.
That's so shitty.
So, like, he's not there at all. I mean,
that's terrible, man.
now, as from the perspective of a stepfather, it does kind of make it easier on me because he doesn't have a say. You can fuck off. These are my kids.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
So,
Maybe, but for the kids, it's kind of shitty.
yeah, I mean, my middle daughter is, I mean, she was 3 when it happened. She barely remembers the guy.
Yeah.
My 11-year-old, sometimes she still gets a little sad on about it.
Yeah.
But I've always been very firm in the opinion that your parents are who make you who you are, not who did the messy biological stuff. You know, like one of the weird things Krebs and I have in common is that we're both adopted.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I knew Krebs was adopted. I didn't know you were adopted.
Yeah. So we've actually said quite a few times as Krebs re-enters the room, perfect timing, that we can't figure out who's Lex Luthor and who's Superman out of our pair, because like we're opposite sides of the same coin. We've made very.
I don't like the coin reference. Is that but you and I have we get to very similar crossroads.
Yeah.
You and I both got to a crossroads of joining the military. You were like this close to join the Navy, but you couldn't because your knee, and that's fine. But I actually joined for the.
I couldn't because of what?
Your knee.
My what? Oh, my knee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, I mentioned that at MEPS because of my whore ex-wife.
That's fine.
I didn't want to enlist and then have to deal with all that and her taking half my signing when she left.
What we're talking about is our weird dichotomy here.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
That's been going on since fucking middle school. So
yeah.
I joined the Air Force. You were like this close to join the Navy, didn't.
Yeah.
And that's and I'm not putting you down for
Yeah.
that. We're also both adopted. Fun fact.
We just got
We
done
were
mentioning
just
that.
talking about that.
Okay. And I have found my birth mother. It was not worth the effort, and you decided to not.
Yeah, say it's not a question I need answered.
Yeah. And I've answered that question for me, and it wasn't worth the effort. So many times. When you married your first wife,
Yeah.
I didn't marry my bitch.
Yeah.
Like again, you married, I didn't. You and I have like gone over so many crossroads, and like, and not on purpose. It was not on purpose. It was like 3 years we didn't even fucking talk.
Oh yeah. No, a real long time we didn't.
And
talk.
somehow-
we just ran into each other at Muldoon.
And somehow our fucking roads like intersect. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny.
Also, Mike, no, I'm sorry, Matt. I love your wife. 'Cause
Why?
I just realized I can ask questions of her. I can't ask you.
Like what?
Where can I find a hair tie for my hair? No. I was in your kitchen. She goes, this shot glass.
Yeah, she keeps them next to the. You could ask me anywhere. I know she keeps them.
But I can't ask that with certainty because you don't actually have what's it called, hair?
I have hair.
Some, yeah.
Yeah. I keep it low. Actually, I was making fun of a guy at work because he's got we call him ponytail. He's got really long hair.
Yeah.
And I was on helping him out at a job, and it starts raining, and he's like, shit, my fucking hair. And I was like,
wow.
And he's like tying it up and putting it in a little man bun. And as he's putting
You're
it up,
not allowed to bitch about hair as a man.
Yeah.
Like, just
it was funny though.
deal with it.
As he's putting up his little man bun and putting hair ties in and shit, I was like, oh, you look so pretty. He's like, fuck you.
Fun fact, the man bun was actually created, I think, in 1996. So one man could pull his hair up and suck off another man. Now, I'm going to make this very public. If I'm ever in an actual man bun, look at my hair. It's not a man bun. It's just pulled back. If I ever actually have a man bun, no far noses. We've talked about this. I think I talked with Theo about this briefly. If you ever actually see me in an actual man bun, kill me, because I'm already dead inside.
Fair enough.
Deal.
Also, if you ever get really into rap or gay, Mike,
Yeah, that was a high school promise we had.
yeah,
You ever get into rap or gay?
yeah, I get to kill him.
Yeah.
I ask him once every year, "Are you gay? Are you into rap?" He goes, "No, you can't kill me."
No, I get to live another year.
Yeah.
So you don't like rap music at all?
I certainly didn't then. I like one or two songs. So I guess Kreps gets to like punch me or something.
What's your feelings on dick?
I like mine.
Other dick.
Other dick? Like other people's dick?
Do you want it? Yeah.
Nah.
Do you watch porn?
Actually, no.
Really?
I've never had the interest.
I don't believe that.
Because, well,
I don't either.
it's the beard. Do I look like a porn guy?
It's no.
Not a porn star.
No, I was gonna
Just
ask
somebody
if
that enjoys it.
I was gonna ask if you like porn like with big dicks or little dicks.
Not leaving the option to not enjoy porn. That, sir, is a trap question.
I know exactly where you're going, Matt.
Yeah.
It's the Ron White.
Yeah.
We're all kind of gay.
We're all kind of gay.
Greatest fucking bit of all time.
I have had an unusual amount of people ask to see my dick.
Oh,
Not because of size.
no. It's because you're double barrel.
Did you not hear about this?
No, I didn't.
All right.
We are now.
We
Come
are
on,
now.
Come on.
Yeah, we
come
are
on.
now. We are now.
Okay.
By the way, I did not want to know this, but I know this.
Go.
Mike, go.
Actually, Monkey, the first guest on this show, was the first one to find out, not because he saw it, because we all used to drink in his front yard a lot, and we used to have art drawing competitions on his fence, like when we all had to pee. Well, we all had a competition to see who could write their name with the best, and my name had 2 lines. I actually have 2 holes.
What?
Yeah, 2 holes.
How does that work?
So if I'm peeing out of it, well, very well.
Well, obviously, you're still here and you're not wearing diapers.
Yeah. No, like if I were to pee on the wall, it'd be 2 lines to write my name.
So it's not like 2 different shafts, though.
No, not 2.
It's
no.
one shaft with 2 holes.
No, it's not a partial way to being a hydra. Just 2 holes.
So, like, is it like 2 holes all the way back, like through your cock, like to your
That I'm
insides?
not 100% sure.
Or is
I don't
it
know.
like just like at the tip, like it's just like fused in between it makes 2 holes where it could be one really big hole?
It's not 2 entirely separate holes.
I'm going to say something, and you're going to tell a story. You have told me 6 to 12 fucking times about the time a bee landed on your dick.
Yeah, that story is entitled "Jesus, If You Love Me."
Can you promise never ever tell the story again after now, please?
Possibly
please?
in your presence.
Okay, let's hear it.
Fair enough. Go on.
All right. So it was referenced earlier in the show that I had, in fact, spent a lot of time in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Now, one of the orphanages I lived at did not have plumbing. Didn't have an actual bathroom. So there was an outhouse about 50 yards away from the proper orphanage.
Okay.
And now we're not talking like a little house on the prairie outhouse. Out of curiosity, raise your hand if you've ever actually used an outhouse.
I have.
Okay.
Minnesota.
All right. So what they do, at least in this region of Ukraine, like when it gets full, they don't like bury it and dig a new one. There's a company that comes and they pour bleach in it until it eats the shit back down to maybe like 3 feet of the 10-foot deep hole. And they do this over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
Now, before I was a smoker, I used to be able to hold my breath a really long time. So I'd hold my breath from maybe 20 yards away. And, I mean, I couldn't take a shit and keep holding my breath, but I could take a piss. And so I go in there, I go into the outhouse one day to take a piss. And as soon as I'm done, as soon as the last drop falls, what has to be, what I say, is a Chernobyl irradiated bumblebee, because this thing was huge. This... Crap's taking a selfie.
Don't talk.
Finish the story.
All right.
So an irradiated
Well, it had to be a
bumblebee.
Chernobyl irradiated bumblebee. This thing was massive.
So you almost became B-Man.
It lands on the tip of my dick.
So you could have became B-Man.
J-
Superpowers, bro.
Just wait for the story.
My phone sucks.
So, now I'm holding my breath. Generally, when a bee lands on you, you don't want to move. You don't want to react. You don't want to, I mean, maybe slap it off if you're quick enough, but I don't want to slap in the area of my dick. So, so what winds up happening is I'm holding my breath from the second this bee lands on the tip of my dick, and I look up to what I wish was the sky and not the roof of a Ukrainian outhouse, and I say, Jesus, if you love me, you will not allow this to happen. I hope you can hear me doing the thing there. That day, Jesus didn't love me. So long story short, I got stung on the tip of my dick by a bee while I was doing arguably the most noble thing I've ever done in my life, helping children in a foreign country. So then I had to go see the nurse because the stinger was stuck in the tip of my dick. And she actually had to jack me off a little bit because she couldn't get the stinger out flaccid.
No, go on.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
You are yada over so much info.
All right. So she couldn't get the stinger out. So she had to jack me off a little bit because flaccid, there's a little skin in the way. And, let's see. Oh, and the entire time I'm thinking to myself, this is not how I envisioned you touching my dick. Because she was not.
No, jacking off. Somebody jacked you off.
Yeah.
We're not done with it.
Yeah. I didn't get the whole way or anything, but it was really wildly uncomfortable.
Someone jerked you off.
But it wasn't fun because there was a bee stinger still in my dick.
Could you feel it when she was jerking you off?
Oh yeah, it hurt.
So you were jerked off.
It hurt a lot.
You were jerked off in the Ukraine. So is that
By a nurse.
like a third world STD? How does that work?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm clean. I didn't pop for anything.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure the radiation from the bee killed it.
So did she finish you off when she got it out?
No.
what a bitch.
No, very
Yeah,
rude.
fucking
Very rude.
tease. Oh man, I think that's gonna be it. That's a good story. I don't think we can top that. Plus we're at just over 2 hours now, so
All right.
that's time. Yeah.
I want to
That's-
drag it just a bit because I want to like this has been so free flowing. I want to go past.
Well, he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back. We'll do another episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be down to come back. I really enjoyed it.
This is great. You got anything else besides the bee story?
Stories Krebs has probably heard a million times. You probably haven't.
Well, our listeners probably haven't heard it at all.
But do you promise to never tell the bee story again? Because I've heard it 12 fucking times.
No.
Actually, next time you come on, you got to tell it again. All right, for all of you out there
God
listening to us,
damn
we have an Instagram, we have a Twitter now. We're tweeting at band practice 2.
The Instagram is band practice right meow. Band _practice right _ meow. Yeah.
Yep, it's there.
All right.
We're on Patreon. We're on iTunes, Spotify. We're gonna be on Google Play soon, but yeah.
If you actually like us, dude, give us $1. I want just can you pay for like our next podcast? Like, just buy us a 12-pack. Like that's like low end. I don't know. It's just like
If Monkey listens, he's gonna drive up and show up with a 12-pack.
That's why I didn't text him.
All right, bye.